And then Tuesday, 9th of December 2025. My catcher say and kakran we are inching closer to the end of the year. Now it's 2025, you know. Yeah, at the rem our afifu from Tibia or yan tam na bibia and conkai and so and family ni ejina so na yamama che at the about Jumedino. So thank you very much for choosing Nhyira passports and then anopay na and then so you won't come up bomo. In fact, Tremble on radio, Ukra phone and so na waba YouTube in Shot TV, Ebraya Tenase na yede Tuesday edition of Nhyira digital passport Jumedino at the Bremo garbage from a dikai at Tenase data obobo and seven no de kwama ne obia na yede fisam no abia Jumedino at the amamo YouTube in Shot TV oba or subscribe channel no say be anytime biano we say committee ya obenya notifications say Nhyira passports ashase there's also no wetimi ababehwe dwumadie no ntu wi a na wa share at the amamenado message no aka ho garbage from the come in the bar ya be ka messages awdo no atimi at the amamo enra de na atamfo penina say kan no pembetena han yes Manchester United yabo draw ana ya share nenso atamfo enyanyame enra yakwachi Wolves ehwomo ka poli and 9 ama Wolves for no te kanu baako nti ene sei the atene me declare no World Manchester Day as a nyasem keto akra nti is our league atwede no a Manchester United ya ni Chelsea na no ya level kasa bebrebe ni nyina ya no mu na all the same point Yakoba na fe UEFA Champions League nso no mad 6 matches and 9 solid games and oha in na minimum beda for ye be ram na ye preview games no kama atimi edi amamo of course the notable ones you know Barcelona bebo brand Frankfurt na fe Inter and so abo team from Liverpool na sa game na hunsamo ha ye de ni na no edi ebebram Atlanta nso no on betenefie no more atwe a Chelsea Football Club and the other games in the Bayana or Tenefie na amunso atomansade afre team ye from say a Sporting CP any games are kanina no Mr. Garbage from the bar ebewram na yedin komona so na make no Inter and Liverpool na ebo na sa game no na yate say and slot ne squad or yeah odi room Italy no arrente fence Mosala one fano anka a squad no na say se say Mosala seven names are there no emu ya ye den pa eno so yakoba nya bedi san komo no atimi ade amamo Real Madrid yes say aka aye Florentino Perez nko ade a anka sabi alonso opam no asem penifo ni bi na so ya man time kakra nya so omni coaches ni bi kura asase e din komo na coach ba ko bi de in fact be shock you e coach ban eno so ye de san komo ni nyina no ade bedamo awu dwumadie no so na afi ya befie ade afisam no atimi ade Abraham House of Folk is in the news. Now news in the House of Folk in fact and good news because House of Folk Wabaka catch them na no da say omudi players in 3 months and my players no man happy cry na yakoba yebema story behind the story na also who said the hunsam no and so AC this and many more and I tell for yatenasia Tuesday edition of Nhyira digital passports yabobo no ID Abraham Nemum jise the inform garbage from kabi the foreign tell for odi kan de kwama ne na afei yedin komani nyina no edi Abraham no pemba tififi Manfred nka sansana Bismarck ohusu bempa ayala ono so betene nka abo dwumadie no eso riches we don ko bechado ni pamchaw ese dwumadie na say emfa emfri amanane. Good morning. Now to say
oh nyamiadum nwoya
edi nyamia se yenko ebre no ko
mo hwe ewo Nhyira TV no me sure say by this time picture na eda ye digital screen so no na senior Jude Bellingham eda picture so na o bleed no Sana Real Madrid enra emankofo bleedie. Enra ejadua nyumre wiase nyina just because Real Madrid assignment for bets. Omatena fie at the Santiago Bernabeu amateur Vigo aba be show omu 2-0 ewo efie nti Jude bleedy and it is an extension of enkofo bebre a omo so bleedy because of Real Madrid results. But this is just trivia. So La Liga table no so any standings in an answer, but the points gap has opened up. Barca actually Real Madrid move 4 points over the weekend, and it is simply because Barcelona echo all the way to Betis, echo share almost by 5-3. Now results in Yemenwa, Barcelona winning against Betis in Yemenwa. The number of games a PMO game no and Yemenwa because you got two teams are omu be a game mupa no mu pe goals shepa. But there are few things se ushe game ni bimpo and as se one share game na eye observations are no pe uba e bi se mema will realize that is what happened. So also a digital platform this was the Barcelona first 11. Now, a new man getting be see a Barcelona team in him. The kind. It seems say Hansi Flick is trying as much as possible to give confidence to Gerard Martin. Say left center back no. Onye na against obetimi abo. And Tiabrante consistently have been playing alongside Kubasi. Out the heart of defense for Barcelona. Odi ano to nchaya. Rich. Minim se Eric Garcia a versatile player. Me Ghana. I am far away from Barcelona. I don't agree. Say Macasado numone Benamo at the bench. Na obo Eric Garcia as DM. But Hansi Flick say the way Eric Garcia has started season way with Barcelona team no. Ne passion in a home from the team no. He needs to be in his team. Until he keeps playing a brand head as Barcelona number 6. Then the biggest tweak. Rich. Barcelona lineup play by no. Na Lewandowski to bench. Rafinha to bench. Fermin Lopez to bench. But there was this guy who ya Tony Fi Copenhagen, Radi Baji, I know what line up in him. So share even Mundo Deportivo Money, Catalan media ni no. Omo ehu line up no mo ye no omo sese no. They put Badimom at number 10 and Lamine Yamal at the favorite position, a right wing no. But Rich, your starting game no, that was in the picture. For the first time in Barcelona team, no, Lamine Yamal was pushed from the right side to number 10 behind the striker Ferran Torres. Minim so we game no bia. Lamine number 10 no mu say. Enye bad on. I think say a roller he will need to learn how to play it. He wasn't as effective as Obo right or no. And probably it is because you're familiar with that.
And normal.
And also number 10, it comes with free roll. Only now pack so maybe about na obo. It wasn't too good a performance from Lamine, but at least it was a new roller. Na ora yefeno Hansi Flick try or trying those were the observations I mean in the Barcelona game. Ferran Torres got hat-trick. Our game in Barcelona were home and dry. Now, last time I say Real Madrid team na Xabi Alonso building no. Me dem who any improvements bia. There seems to be a lot of gap for opponent to play. And so when your team your own so or no so the ball better from over bar, they will play.
Is it that some of the players in sabotaging?
No. I think say Subaya Carlo Ancelotti couldn't deal with it. Alonso is struggling to deal with it. Rich, and the bona yebo. Say only coordinated press any intensity. Especially if you meet teams that are so good on the ball, and it's I know we game in Betis phone were so comfortable. I said there's no coordinated press. Edmond Judu Nkwane Kwemrikasa. Freddy Vavadi has lost a lot of energy ne passion
or bread.
Bon on timi possible which is on one gasa jitu say operation ko bom more but on timi you don't expect Ada Goulet to press. You don't expect Kylian Mbappe to press. You don't expect Vinicius Junior to press. Chobani Nkwa as a lone six. Park is so quiet kakaka. There are issues in the Real Madrid team. Big issues. Now, I think say a process or how Rich. Almost center backs. Adam Lita Upra no aba into one year sharp. Now say Rudy Gampo Upra no aba on year sharp. Asensio no soon lose level no. And then I can say Real Madrid need right back. Because Kamaha Epra, Trent Akopra, and right in the game. Omola back near the Yaswa record. Because Felon Mendy Eda Supra. And when Frank Garcia the record, Alvaro Carreras the record. She said, and no way too messy for team and Real Madrid. Rich, with this attitude, it's no good. Until Enra Chata Vigo, Ekoye or Munioman, na. Rich, if you are saying the patrimonium, you say right after Real Madrid ball game new year, me found my phone, let me see me call X. Me scroll here, let me go to Man City. Rich, this was Man City's post. Yes, shame I did now. And I'm post here. A big night at the Bernabeu awaits. Next match, Real Madrid against City, Santiago Bernabeu, Wednesday. And I'm saying, Ade. Obi obusu enie woman nsunu mpo wie. Na wo ka kire se ne rejan.
Asemu.
Ade City for ade ya Real Madrid no mu hwe yie.
Omeko akoto omo.
Rich, it was a night to forget for team FN Real Madrid. Now, enye La Liga table no nko na ne o ma asesa kakra. The Premier League table no so ene o ma kaka no kakra. And Eddie the CA over the weekend na mintimitras in Embrefie. Rich, Villa for the form echo into the game against Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal is the most informed team in Europe. No doubt about that. This lose, Eddie Arsenal was not expected to win every game. But Rich, me you say, oh, Eddie along the journey, Obibeshe Arsenal, one of the teams that could do that was Villa. Now they've won 5 games in a row in the English Premier League.
First half, they say Oli Watkins, and I'm taking the chances. Commit to Arsenal, therefore. Chances.
Commission.
No, Oli Watkins, a bugu.
Now, Rich, who come about chances now? I think, say, I observed something from the Arsenal structure. Emma Villa for the team, yes. Who's the Arsenal line up in the Bayern? Oh dear, you know, goalkeeper no more back for him fear because but in Fifino, they were playing Zubimendi number 6, Declan Rice number 8, and Obo Martin Odegaard number 10. Then the front three, Bukayo Saka on the right, no problem. Mikel Merino as the first number 9, no problem. But this time around, Oshe Exe form, and then instead the captain Odegaard Abba. He wanted to play two players on the pitch. And he said, Odegaard, the ball number 10 there. I was as a Ekobo on the left hand side of Arsenal attacking. I think there was a problem with that. So watch Arsenal and Arteta over the years. Rich, the reason why Obo Trossard, Martinelli, Emoni I didn't say, wa coach you mama we are aware say Arsenal Nkuta Bona, even though we are left winger no. Who was some defensive awareness also Bowechi. Never Buami defending. Eza is not that type of player. And it's over here. Aston Villa realized that say Arsenal ni bona as a ni defensive awareness ni and so then ni so enti baby a Matikash edano he was overloading the left hand side of Arsenal because baby ada na akakala for you kwa there were a lot of chances a ebeto ha o man team answer one of them Rich and Matikash a boss our shot na it take Villa into the lead now time I became a Reno taker the commentator said something say a young kofo say a fluke say anytime Arsenal be kwa hunyem e was striker no omudi abranti e fere became Moreno abegina ho any fluke the guy is dangerous inside the box even though on your striker he scored against Chelsea then he scored against Aston Villa so and what he is giving Arsenal even as a first number 9 ono pe and he is very very good in the air too. Then came the moment of truth, Rich. Something was going to give. Pressure on Villa for the master. Something was definitely going to give a branch friend Emiliano Buendia in the goal mouth melee. A ball Raya stretch, but Untiminya Oshe. Arsenal are beaten by Tima, your friend Aston Villa. Now 9 wins in 10 top flight games. That is the kind of former Unai Emery and then the Aston Villa team. No, Tima, taking advantage of the NATO Arsenal pano was Man City. Rich league in here, bono. So we do be a chino top from one. Again, no to one Fedi, and City make sure say they did that superbly.
Run checking on the mobile.
Yes, starting ball na Anche and Ruben Diaz. Shoot. Panay. First goal. Then the next event, corner. Guardiola was heavy ball. Now, Rich. Ryan check.
I go in the mobile.
Wouldn't say. Oba. See my friend Man City. You can't say. Abranten, no work ethics yet. Without the ball, on said that you player. Or Hano or be defending money, but a city of women dominating possession in the Saboni Kutania. He is one of the most exciting players out there, and he is too skillful and oya with elegance as our phone be out. So, what was to training? Rich on the near city Belusu out near Parker, so no matter he pa, but on the near city Belu near Parker, so Rich, he is one of the most exciting players. Ubetimenya ni assist na the man for the no me so who video ni bia just go to Man City or X account or na ekosha ni assist na or the mom robono pass and abanti e fe no for the edit ti head shame Rich all of a sudden for the form and unim say now even in games Alan answer no. We don't come here and say one City watching no because Foden has started taking some of the shine no and so away from Erling Haaland any pressure no. Rich scoreline ain't any problem. Liverpool leads no. You know say Liverpool are in crisis. But the issue with Mo Salah na minwe. Say obo na asam na kind of tofa. O say eya kwa say Liverpool coach no. Epese ode ne nsa kire ono Mo Salah so ono no ye problem no but oni coach no enyaje na asem o kanyina now Rich I disagree with Salah if we say adia den is to be self-critical sense mo tutuwa
so I want to know
yes who show one kasa wo eden ba. And she said, warrior, in some to two obia. Mostly, the first thing about what can say as obi na yeme. As obi mpebasem. And they said, bibi ba to no gasa ade we dia me am hwede e tutu mi ya. Me gi say me ankasa na me dia de na ba me ho so. Rich, the numbers is dwindling. Ube came a best analyst to a best some months ago.
Na ayo no Liverpool team no. On don't a problem. I don't want to perform.
You see, Rich. Omo Makana or they perform. Who are their replacements in the team? So, I can't say bench Van Dijk. I want a Bible. I can't say bench Kunata. I want a Bible. When him. there are players on one team anymore. Even though on form are taken, but Rich, they don't have replacements. Football now a competitive environment. Look, these are the numbers. Last season, as at 18 games in all competitions, no more Salah, the contribution to go 22. Rich, this season 8.
So
now from 22 to 80 there. How do you expect to enjoy the same privileges? And then the problem no. So I was just say the wire in the past have earned him the position. I know correct. But when you drop like this in your numbers, Rich, how do you expect say the position will be given to you like a bet right? It's like appalling. Now let me show you something. Rich, Mo Salah from 2020 to 2021. So every year be 3.5 shots per 90 minutes. The following year, 4.3 shots per 90 minutes. 3.3 shots per 90 minutes. 3.8 shots per 90 minutes. 3.2 shots per 90 minutes. Rich, this season, he's doing 2.5 per 90 minutes. Shesa all draw graph about Mo Salah. The chances are Rich Okretia should be a graph na deep about the drew.
I think he knows that.
Yes. It's a normal conform. And it's a normal conform sana. Rich, you will expect. That is why we rule the wing and say, I went and say no Kayano and send a legacy. Look, the AFCON Michael Owen the other woman. Rich, it makes perfect sense. Say, oh sir. Na enche bi abeje wa kwa. Rich, don't you think say any coach be on planning be will start say okay, Abanten we may lose him for 1 month. And then let me start planning without him. Now me my Abanten in the bench. Now me hwe team I met me build without him. So okwa AFCON ne ba. Now he comes in a different light. No be competing after or tell me say obeti be rema. No me never be rema to Rich. When the anyasem gidi bia the numbers for Salah conform. And so I never be on for one. He shouldn't go and no to and no man at the back park and so which maintenance equano me can send me the code baby. But last week me can send me say if we this week equal and it is starting tomorrow. Me say one more pay bet in ye. It is starting tomorrow. Me say per 100 cities tour. We are doing a 3 days roll over to 100 cities or China. Only 3 odds. Apart from the other coast number the Baban or China, the 3 odds beba for the rollover. So ultra 3 odds na eboma you get 300 series. We will do the 300 series in another rollover of a 3 odds. That will give you 900. Yes, the 900 no two munasi extra another 3 odds. That will give you approximately 2,700. Betway will always give you odds ne boosts. Until we are talking about somewhere around 3,000 with 100 cities in 3 days roll over. No, starting Ochina into Ochina eba. You best start ISR and me bon kaye. Send a bear prepare na etimi akobro yeskano. I hear and ye bedino. Into ayana was Eddie am Rich. You go to Konya house that from Tintibo.
Good morning. Now to say,
oh Nyamiadum. No yeah.
Eddie Nyamia say, young cry Branco.
Omo mo share ewo Nhyira TV no. Me sure say by this time picture na that digital screen so no. Na Senior Jude Bellingham that picture so na o bleed no. Sa na Real Madrid enra emanko for bleed here. Enra ejadua nyumre wiase nyina just because Real Madrid assign for bets o matena fie at the Santiago Bernabeu amateur Vigo aba be show o 2-0 ewo efie nti Jude bleedy and it is an extension of enkofo bebre a almost so bleedy because of Real Madrid results. But this is just trivia. Sauba La Liga table no so. Any standings in an answer. But the points gap has opened up. Barca actually Real Madrid move 4 points over the weekend, and it is simply because Barcelona echo all the way to Betis, echo share almost by 5 goals to 3. Now results in Nyamwa, Barcelona winning against Betis in Nyamwa. The number of games a PMO game no and Nyamwa, because you got 2 teams are almost be a game mupa no mo pe goals shepa. But there are few things that say ushe game ni bimpo and as say one share game na observations are no pay uba ebi say mema will realize that is what happened. So also a digital platform this was the Barcelona first 11. Now a new man getting BC Barcelona team in him. It seems say Hansi Flick is trying as much as possible to give confidence to Gerard Martin. Say left center back no onye na age so betimi abo. And Abrante consistently have been playing alongside Kubasi out the heart of defense for Barcelona. Who they are not to enjoy? Rich. Minim say Eric Garcia a versatile player. Me Ghana. I am far away from Barcelona. I don't agree. Say Macasado Numone Benamo at the bench. Na obo Eric Garcia as DM. But Hansi Flick say the way Eric Garcia has started season way with Barcelona team no. Ne passion in a home from the team no. He needs to be in his team. Until he keeps playing a brand as Barcelona number 6. Then the biggest tweak. Rich, Barcelona lineup play by no. Na Lewandowski to bench. Rafinha to bench. Fermin Lopez to bench. But there was this guy who ya Tony Phil Copenhagen, Radi Baji, I know what lineup in him. Saushaya, even Mundo Deportivo Mone, Catalan media ni no. Omo ewu lineup no mo ye no omo sese no. They put Badimum at number 10 and Lamine Yamal at the favorite position, a right wing no. But Rich, your starting game no, that was in the picture. For the first time in Barcelona team, no, Lamine Yamal was pushed from the right side to number 10 behind the striker Ferran Torres. Minim so we game no bia. Lamine number 10 no mu say. Enye bad on. I think say a roller he will need to learn how to play it. He wasn't as effective as Obo right or no. And probably it is because you're familiar with that.
And normal.
With and also number 10 it comes with free roll. Only now pack so baby about the could be na Obo. It wasn't too good a performance from Lamine, but at least it was a new roller. Na Ora, your fellow Hansi Flick, or trying those were the observations I mean in the Barcelona game. Ferran Torres got hat-trick. Our game in Barcelona were home and dry. Now, last time I say Real Madrid team na Xabi Alonso building no. Me dem who any improvements bia. There seems to be a lot of gap for opponent to play. And so when your team your own so or also the ball better from over bar, they will play.
Is it that some of the players in sabotage?
No. I think say Subaya Carlo Ancelotti couldn't deal with it. Alonso is struggling to deal with it. Rich and the ball na yebon. Say only coordinated press any intensity. Especially if you meet teams that are so good on the ball, but so possible now. And it's a new game in Libya. Betis fun were so comfortable. I said there's no coordinated press. And you want to do Freddy Valverde has lost a lot of energy. Ne Pashibi
or bread.
Bon on Timmy Bossano, which is on one gasa to say or person called more, but on Timmy, you don't expect Ada Goulet to press. You don't expect Kylian Mbappe to press. You don't expect Vinicius Junior to press. Chobani Nkwa as a lone six. Park is so quiet. There are issues in the Real Madrid team. Big issues. Now, I think say a process of how Rich. Almost center backs. Adam Militao opera no aba into one year sharp. Now say Rudy Gampo opera no aba on year sharp. Asensio no soon lose level no. And then I can say Real Madrid need right back because Carvajal a pra, Trent a copra, and right in the game. Omola back community ni aso akwaje record because Felon Mendy eda supra. And when Frank Garcia the record, Alvaro Carreras the record. She said, and no way too messy for team I find Real Madrid. Rich, with this attitude, it's no good. Until Enra Chanta Vigo, Ekoye or Munioman, na. Rich, if you are saying the petty more than you. Unu say right after Real Madrid ball game new year na. Me found my phone, na me so me call X. Me scroll ya na me go to Man City. Rich. This was Man City's post. Yes, shame I did now. I know me post here. A big night at the Bernabeu awaits. Next match, Real Madrid against City. Santiago Bernabeu, Wednesday. And I'm saying, Ade. Obi obusu enye woman insunu mpo wie. Na ko catch and say ne rejan.
Asemu.
Ade City for Ade Real Madrid no mu hwe yie.
Omeko akoto omo.
Rich, it was a night to forget for team FN Real Madrid. Now, enye La Liga table no nko na ne o ma asesa kakra. The Premier League table no so ene o ma kaka no kakra. And Eddie and the CA over the weekend na mintimitras in the Embrefie. Rich, Villa Ford will form echo into the game against Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal is the most informed team in Europe. No doubt about that. This lose, Arsenal was not expected to win every game. But Rich, you say, oh, along the journey, Obibeshe Arsenal, one of the teams that could do that was Villa. Now they've won 5 games in a row in the English Premier League.
First half, they say Oli Watkins, and I'm taking the chances. Commission Arsenal, therefore.
Yes, commission
chances.
Commission.
No, Oli Watkins, a bugu.
Now, Rich, who come about chances now? I think, say, I observed something from the Arsenal structure. Emma Villa for the team, yes, sir. Who's the Arsenal lineup in the Bayern? Oh dear, you omo goalkeeper ni omo back for him fear because untimi nya but in Fifino, they were playing Zubimendi number 6, Declan Rice number 8, and Obo Martin Odegaard number 10. Then the front three, Bukayo Saka on the right, no problem. Mikel Merino as the first number 9, no problem. But this time around, Oshe exit form, and then instead the captain Odegaard Abba. He wanted to play two players on the pitch. And he said, Odegaard, the ball number 10 there. I was as a Ekobo on the left hand side of Arsenal attacking. I think there was a problem with that. So watch Arsenal and Arteta over the years. Rich, the reason why Obo Trossard, Martinelli, and Moni didn't say, what coach you mama we are aware say, Arsenal and Kutabona, even though we are left winger. Who was some defensive awareness also Bowechi. Never Buami defending. Eza is not that type of player. And it's over as Aston Villa realized that say Arsenal ni bona Eza ni defensive awareness and so then is true. And see baby Matikash Edano. He was overloading the left hand side of Arsenal because baby Adana akakala for you. There were a lot of chances at Ebeto Ha or Mentimean. One of them Rich, Anna Matikash and boss our shots now. A taking Villa into the lead. Now, time when became a Renault taker. The commentator said something, say, a young Kofo say a fluke, say, anytime I ask Nabako who you I was striker. No, Omodia Brantia Ferry became Moreno Abidjinao. And you fluke. The guy is dangerous inside the box, even though on your striker. He scored against Chelsea. Then he scored against Aston Villa. So And what he is giving us now, even as a first number 9, and he's very, very good in the air too. Then came the moment of truth, Rich. Something was going to give. Personal Villa for the master. Something was definitely going to give a branch friend Emiliano Buendia in the Gomaf melee. A ball Raya stretch, but Untimi Nyahoshe. Arsenal are beaten by Tima, your friend Aston Villa. Now 9 wins in 10 top flight games. That is the kind of former United Emery and then the Aston Villa team. Tima, taking advantage of the NATO Arsenal pano was Man City. Rich league na here bono. So we do be a chino to from one. Again, no to one Freddy. And City make sure say they did that superbly.
Run checking on the mobile.
Rich, yes, starting ball now and check and Ruben Diaz shoot panai first goal. Then the next event corner Guardiola was heading ball na say. Now Rich, Ryan check.
I go any more.
Who say? Oba team a friend of Man City. You know I can't say. Abranten ni work ethics yet. Without the ball, on said that you player or Hano or be defending money. But a City or woman dominating possession in the Saboni Kutania. He is one of the most exciting players out there. And he is too skillful and with elegance as our phone. So, what was to training? Rich on the near City Belusu, our near park. So, no matter he pa, but on the near City Bell, we know your park. Rich, he is one of the most exciting players. Ubetimenya, ne assist now the man for the no so video Libya. Just go to Man City or X account or na ekosha ne assist now or the mom Robono pass and a branch here feno for the edit ahead the shame. Rich, all of a sudden for Forden. And Unim said, now even in games are Alan Einstein. We don't come here and say one City watching because Foden has started taking some of the shine and so away from Erling Haaland any pressure Rich, scoreline ain't any problem. Liverpool leads say Liverpool are in crisis. But the issue with Mo Salah na minwe. Say obo na asam na kind of tofa. Or say yakwa say Liverpool coach epese ode ne nsa kire ono Mo Salah so ono no ye problem but oni coach enyaje na asem o kanyina. Now Rich, I disagree with Salah. We are say idea doing is to be self-critical. Sense someone to toa.
So I would not know how
to show yes, we show one kasa ba. And he said, warrior, in someone to two obia. Mostly, the first thing the Pakwa can say, as will be near me. As will be in Pemasam. And he said, Bibi Baton one gets I deal with the Miam Shady, to me. Me say me and Kasana, media de Nabame also. Rich, the numbers is dwindling. Uber came a best analyst to a best some months ago.
Liverpool team. I don't want a problem. I don't want to perform.
You see, Rich. Omo makana oma de perform. Who are they?
Na watale anasa set column ho no what type Insure TV e dey access set column ho na afi wasase na also wetimi ahweso no bimpato eya jaw comment enso e ho wuja comment e ho mpato be pem bakin kan nyina e di amana no so etimi aboye pa nyame anim ne UEFA Champions League ne matches ne etodwa entise na wo club ebo game a me pato ko YouTube sisi enom aye Insure TV e wo YouTube handle okwa na subscribe any Germany jiwe pa eya subscribe esanse Insure Power Sports is here yeni Facebook bi mtemi ye pa Insure Power Sports no yeni Facebook bi mpato YouTube ane wo enti uko YouTuber na wonso wetima subscribe na wetima ya kama ediama na yengati de so rambo na yendi nkoma kakra wansisi awodo se ene UEFA Champions League no 9 matches na eba so say na nkoma no esi atia me pato kerot na yanko UEFA Champions League ni yendi nkoma ye nie another Manchester United ene wo munya funufuo bi ebo mo ntena 9 na nyame anim nie mpato Manchester nya hwe so Manchester United nya hwe Manchester wo munya hute atese bia no pay wo bebo Manchester ba so se wo ba se team bi aye 9 ni nyina ya se Wolves na Manchester United any omo boy another Manchester United so omo 4 goals mpato nyame anim ni league no omo ni points bia be 2 points a pep ana tezo ko league ya boy be 2 points a pep aside that no ankofe ukika aye the last 8 matches o ma mpato last 8 matches of 1-1 the bobo kon abono wo malusu ni nyina muntie die the last 8 matches ateso ma bodo wo malusu ni nyina enti sa team we Manchester United hena wo mo anya he na uhe ayi 15 matches na obi wo 2 goals ayi 2 points a penna wo Manchester wa kwati na ko heni bia wo sa no pa ye mose afama better o mayade wo bayende Ruben Amorim head coach at Manchester United na opanyina kasa was Messi Mount their quality ekwa Messi Mount na masa ayadu twam akoda no enim bo ne bo papa was ade ba kwa emana ni ji Messi Mount unye pa ya se player bi sa ne protect no esanse we defend afenso ni future aya kama enye se defending kwa na bante defend wo faba wo ye very great wo di djuma ye pa wo attack kama ne confident level e so and the sub player winya na se we take care no protect sub player no eno aya reporter Ruben Amorim ade tudwa e wo djuma de so Edin Harvis enso a player at Manchester United na ye kan koda si o mapie mo Manchester wo minim bo ni boye pa de pacho abante de de Edin e kan bi na eno na Ruben Amorim etase akoda no e wo great future wo ha ne ball obo I say won so bia wo adapt ye e ba ne center ho ne ball o fa ba de wo si control ele passes na ofisa akoda no enso be a good player at Manchester United boboko no na Ruben Amorim say o didie ana fe wade atum say Manchester United improve in a different way Manchester kwa mo fa so ebo mo ball no wasake ba kwa so mo ge e kan ye say Manchester etendi kwa wo mo fa so ebo mo ball etan say Manchester etendi kwa fa so for ebo mo ball we fi say abebo Manchester United ye pa beta nani ati improvement United team no enso enya enom enso ye Ruben Amorim nko enkoba kakra Amorim ade tudwane ye bisa say players o moko AFCON no mu be jo ma mo makọ anasa against AFC Bournemouth mbeba sa players no abobi Amorim say wo masa say ni amaya hodo di nkomo na amaya hodo nso respond too well ede momo enti kamia so oya nya didie say ebia players so moko AFCON no wo mbebo Bournemouth game na sana ebi on be ko mo so atimi akwa na ye reporter epa e wo dwumade so Amorim ewie no tese wo 1-1 des boboko no wo mo amomo chance bia ma tese wo mentimi operate ano na ebo aya sub 4 goals no Manchester United boy edit obam ano so nkoma kakra ni na meko Madrid ekodi nkoma kakra nkoma meeting from Real Madrid say wo ma brand ni de Hendrick yase obekwa kosia kan ade mo Olympic Leon boboko no na yase be 2 weeks ago ana yase no ne entourage ne say wo mo pedan France atase Leon Crocodile mo kwabna yase akoda nya dan afi o mo kwa kotua dan ho kan ade a mad the African cartels o mu hodi won kakra na o mu guso o mu di nkomo bi eto mo nka so say o mo kwa kwaji dan no enso Leon nti ane ye reporter eba wo dwumadie so na Chelsea opponent o ne kwa kotia Atalanta Bergamo me patro o mu coach opanya ni din ade Raffaele Paladino na Paladino se yanka mo bi anta say na no da against Haaland Voronya and for the chomo mo nya do mu wi omo na so mo person mo redi mi omo sefa against Chelsea no metimi dia redi omo papa na who probi Haaland Voronya so no probi dia redi mo sefa was against Chelsea no okako na nim kakra o se Chelsea boboko no o ma di FIFA Club World Cup enti team wo mo players no kama team ni kama enti wo mo ni omba baba na nya bete emfa momo but o mo odidie se wo metime video mu omo ho against Chelsea no metime edi everyday mi omo no team and the Atalanta omo head coach ono sum adi nkoma kakra edi eba e wo dwumadie so Alejandro Garnacho Chelsea player a abrantana kasa wase doubters a omugidi ye pass Chelsea entimi mo bra papa bia o Premier League no mo doubters omugidi say ebia Chelsea ntimi ni akasefo emo no we be some say how far no wase ometi Barcelona edi omo ho agro na against Atlanta kwa de 10 men ana tese omo so eyusu omo edi omo ebo 10 men no omo tira Arsenal for as massa Chelsea timi na enya bete ebia de ba ko bia betimi aka ho asem ye say omo ne nkoda ni sia ebia team sa ase Chelsea timi weni a no makokolu so ose no ne ade a Chelsea wo kan nyina bo ma broni after consistency what Chelsea nya consistency a massa ene doubters na mugidi ye say Chelsea ntimi mo bra pa no mumpe ba bi enyina ene ye Chelsea player Alejandro Garnacho nkoma kakra wadi eba ane e bisa say wo ba ma wo free Manchester United ba Chelsea no aso wo ball na sesa no Enzo Maresca kata say so person nya ball ni bi ball pa dia adu so defend enti on kan tell so nya ball ba ne mfa kodanim ose Enzo Maresca kata say so kra ball na on de mfa kodanim on your monko emom se ball na ye defend nsama entempa fast on na me defend so to be defend dia ene day in the out no obesia kan e dia ma Chelsea ose we didi ye pass sa dia na oye de ma Chelsea na no ana Chelsea e ma ne nya game bia bo atasa ne ma koye edement on dia we ya we dia Enzo Maresca e pede afi de wonti se we didi ye pass so oye de ma Enzo Maresca dia ene ball ne tem bia do no so betimi anya bia bo enom enso e Alejandro Garnacho Chelsea player enkoba kakwa di atuta na meko Barca but okọ Barca team na Hans Flick de enkoba kakwa e dia ba na Hans Flick si yen kamo bia nta se by 3 months ni problem e ha mo pa ye injuries we ba na we ko and the kwanya obefa so be manage the players kwa no enwa ye tin enso e dia man bata nyame adom wa ye ne nkakaka ama sisia na niama timi akoye adi ama Barcelona bobo kwenti anu ni the only thing that is I ne dadwe ani e bisa say na testage na ba na ano so sisia na maka ni testage na waba na we receive green light atasa ne kwa no obetimi enso siakan adi ama Barcelona bobo ko emom ba na waba ne ntese oba be ye number 1 ne pa de enom aya the other is Juan Garcia. One na so na oye the number 1 air shot air stopper at the Barcelona bobo kono. Adam air report and pato openya ni the other Hans Flick at the Twitter. Ewo air jumedi so na owe ni ebisa say agent Antoine Frankfurt who gidi say mu betimi anweni na no so o. Say Frankfurt bobo kono no ofi Germany eba no enkofo no mo 541 na omom etire ho omo defend ye pa low block for no mo ka hu bi. Nemom omo attack a very kick transition no media amount we better answer born at that empty or the unconfirmed by ne na fe Barcelona bobo kono o ma hu kwan a wo musu betimi afaso no Barcelona head coach in Kobakakra wadi to o se na nia die pass Barca asa go back to Camp Nou asa Camp Nou no supporters ni tawati na Barca ball no so sesa na Barca ko nanim na face GDS so betimi adi UEFA Champions League no on course the office o bibia kama adema Barcelona bobo kono no Hans Flick in Kobakakra di to na Carlos Lotte former Madrid the head coach and waruna ekwa the Seleção of Brazil and you be sense wa Premier League na no so Premier League ni ofi nani e dia tire pa and you be sense enti when dia che hwan na bete and say Arsenal na bete and you be sense sense na Arsenal na bete no so near Arsenal for ne no in fact wano weye coach ni bina Arsenal nya team ye pa o ma build a solid team ana wo mo enso kwan amfa so ebo mu kem ni bibia ya kama na wasa wo player ba kokwa wo honti se weye team o ma build ni ye na wo Brazilian player o ha adenti no support Arsenal wasa nya Arsenal kwa no support wano baby a Brazil ni baby a obi no support and the Tottenham Hotspur say o support omo esan say Charles in ho anti any tells me na support ebom Dobaji League ni do on there na adwene and it's Arsenal bobo no and the betimi ade Premier League na dey show na so and no reporter eba e dwumadi so na no pe no ya dey on koba kakra ade ema e dwumadi so na me pato panya ni tin ade Federico aya Varandes me pato no and e sporting director ade ma sporting CP na anope wakasa so many Bayern kwa kobo and e be sense so panyi wo hwe wutimi a mo betimi ne Bayern e sia na no se say yetimi sisi ne yase ye ne akazefo no nyina esiesia ye ya de pa na Bayern Munich Moboko no one of the big teams we are seeing. In fact ye ka team omu jino na so pa Bayern team ni jino na so na we financially kwa players Bayern beto odi compare team Sporting CP omu so players on beto anya pe esas Alliance Arena no sika ho omu so odi sika head ni ho beta omu fix team we metimi ani Bayern Munich Moboko ne timesia na ne ma ye kama enso edi amomo omu nim se Bayern Munich club favorite ene game on ba be beto omu de omu best enom Sporting director opinion din adi Federico Varandas me pato enkoba kako adi tuja dwumadi esunie we ne ebisa ne head coach opinion din adi riu board se ene game ne se na ne masiko ano so said enim na team ne dia Bayern team ne solid but ene omo so beto omo possible best ene se Bayern ye favorite din no ma be gogo mo mo nsa ye ne enkoda bi won be ma Bayern Munich tough time ye pa eno so enkoba kako pato etonja dwumadi so na me ko Madrid na Madrid nkoma ne yese kwa na yese Madrid our problem be some problems some Madrid and hands here abe ho mu ye pa kwa na number 1 yese Madrid so mu bo two players bia Adegule and Jude Bellingham Madrid sat game mu hu so sa two players ne ba e ma Madrid team ni balance ye e ma Madrid hu kwa on be fa so bo mu game no enti yese one ade ba kwa ya ka kire Xabi Alonso yeso timi ye yese won kwa on be fa so bo sa two players no in a Madrid so be bo Adegule and Jude Bellingham in a single game na from etimi anwene ane ade ba kwa fi Madrid akate ade eba me pato eno ada Madrid emergency meeting eba so na yese Fiorentino Perez say wo munya botere kaka ade ama Xabi Alonso kwabna reporter mensa eka yese Wama say Alonso akoba say up to Christmas na kwabna went man stabilizing Madrid team na on be pamno na omo pamna coaches be ya hodo be 9 bi anase miensa ano mudin aba betotwa emu baako ayo man ka so mu player me pato mu former player Brantani din ade Abelua reporter mensa ka so ka ho wo man ka say player Zidane aka ho ano fe sanking club we coaches ameti omudin say akoba say Christmas ibremo Xabi Alonso anti-man stabilize Madrid team dia and no more test general dem na no na test opinion anyhow and no yan koma kakwa mete e woduma de so na no pay me katire adi ama wo nchicha hodo so and no other instruction for bi Xabi Alonso say sisi no players na mana ye won kwa na kwabna opinion say o da bi adenti Madrid dia wo ba kwabna sa sane ensam na yakoye be pam no no ana emu aye dem pressure wo mo so ne ade no wo ba be ye Madrid coach so the two adwum say sa na ade ne ete kwabna ya say Madrid akate nimpen for no nyina say ba say o mini City ba be bo City emom have defeat akwabena ne omo nwebiem o me pam no akoba say City for ba be so mo 4-0 kwabena yes ade etin sack na wo be who first Madrid o mo front page ho eno ye Xabi Alonso nkoma kakra pa e woduma de so mpato o penyi no ye bisa me nkoma kakra sekala ni team no wataso ni players ni nyina ebetimi antale kama na enema so atimi akoye dia mom no matoto niema eno yankoma kakra na yanko Liverpool kwabana Anslot na eno adan central for bisa na se oni Mohamed Salah ntukwai akwa wie se na oha mentally bibia ya kama ade ema wana abante no ya o say we be person otuo na under the bus ya wana but as what is on 20 years asem na no na de okan ho ha wono no ba di asem de man se di pako amobi adi nti ade nti na ono na e ba di ama no se e ono Anslot se nsantofo ye pedi pako a Mohamed Salah e kan ho asem ye nsanfre Mohamed Salah na ye misan se nipa be ho asem na okan ono pa de onye so se ye ono a anu ya Anslot nkoma kakọ de tuja an ye bisan se wo yesi ayese ubuafu pa no so wo ye quota o ye very campa wo bunipa ana openi pa asem kwabena no nche so ye week ates so ye player na wakwa tene baby akeka nsam dia fa na kwa na wase ande wote sa won be respond enti no na o ma respond to eye Mohamed Salah an ye bisa say response be na me dia ma bante no so say no ntini ye ja no ya ye ko ya fa na nko yo eno enti no mo say wo mo ko Italy no ma fa bante na nko ma captain say play say nsam na ko tena bonten keka no sabi want to be fan na Liverpool team no enti wo mo game mo ko akoba no enya de so bebo bi ni ye bisa say esi ade ani abante so relationship ne de abana wiye na akobasa sa na de na ye na no so woni abanta relationship de kwabna woni ni say abana wiye because woni abanta ne ye fine pa kwabna wa say wo pe one player obu ade now training or responding year pa Muhammad Salah enti what is Salah kwa bonten akeka sanse was so dindi no bi sa Salah ya minimum na Salah for because when you need that Muhammad Salah ebetuma kwa bonten kwa keka sanse no enti anu ye dia opin ade tutwa e wadwuma de so na no pay ye di eda ne ye bi sa se Muhammad Salah ne last game no wanya abode amami no se ne ontimi nya no yakoba ne ye behu de wa ade no nso esitia ane ye opanya ne tin ade anslot mpato enkoma kakọ ade tutwa e wadwuma de so ana yakobi sa ne goalkeeper Alisson Becker say Muhammad Salah ewu ne say no so obia wa kwanya say sabi o kan sem yo pe freedom of speech enja banta na kan bo so asam na akọkọ wi ense club na yi na film ti kwabna o say Muhammad Salah ya fast no hu say asam na okokan antina wo ma yi na free game no mo kwa kobo nya de bia no wo so wanyi ni say bia Muhammad Salah e bia on person obebo Liverpool bia in fact de hanom ana Muhammad Salah e ba bonti on ba beka no enti on there in fact ade na o kan no nya de so obetu Muhammad Salah aboso ne ade ne e bi san say enti o support the head coach and no so why not ade enti no support the head coach on no man di trophies ata se ne ma nyina ekọ bia man de coach ne be bia no wo mo so e bake enti ne yankoma kakwa etodwa enjo mo eska kasam de afa kopa ba ho me pato se kopa ma Atlanta game na nya de se ko ebobo game ni bi eso protect Atlanta no wo fi injury e ba ni enti nya fe na won ba be roso no ane e bi san se Liam Delap kwa bna se Liam Delap de we pra na ni pra na we pra no so de wo mu players wo a ene no won betimi abake was James ana fe fofo na ene wo mu nyina ebesia kan edi amatel se na animo Liam Delap mbo a wo mu wa Joao Pedro betimi abo eye number 9 no ana fe Talent George betimi abo 9 ana fe Pedro Neto zu betimi abo 9 enti problem bi anim Ghana to the end medical edi hu nkoma kakra edi ama Enzo Maresca etasa ayi Atlanta for omobo 5 back enti wa prepare dada enkofo kwabna wase man to man market Atlanta for no ya ade to the says sabio so ye player na obore ya ne so kwabo Atlanta player pire ho ezaze ya se man to man market no ene on beta tausa no their head coach no ade to danyame anim ne ensam ne doso Bayern head coach nso akasa Vincent Company atase watoto ne ema nyina eye atase ohwese against Sporting CP ede ma nyina betimi anso akokama edi amom Diego Simeone enso akasa ene game no mokọ akobo no ono nso atase omo try omo possible best oma we games na ya na ne ema mu yeden ede mo beta against Barcelona omo try ya just ne ema na amfomu guso a omo tase India away matches no ene ma be kama ede amom no ye nkrofo amanso reporter eba ewodwumade so a ena no pe yeden hu nkomo kakra edi ada ebreni afa entikwabna ma yemfa ensum ensi ha na yanko yanim beta o message bi na aba be di ha se natane kwe na ede o message di abreme
minua nat
no what tell me say ayi wase funufu team obi a 8 matches one win game league na yebo no 2 points pe wase na na ayese o be bo hu nsam na ne say ayese waye bibia ma won che da anya hwe enti wase mi famfiri nkran fa ma wo
minua nat ene ka say
ene ka sa
okay me ba wo time be na mo realize say Wolves team na enye team go no mo pani
mini ho
mo pani be gina bidwa nanum say Wolves be shanti. All right, anyway, Nat, good morning. Jide se bibia boko awo ankran ho yencha ankranfo ni na ene anopen. All right, yento dwumade no so show 4.5 Gabi Turam Gabi the foreigner and na odien akọ amanene abano akase abidafo so be kam ho Fisi Manfred Bismarck osu be payala na e preview no etimi edema UEFA Champions League 9 solid games yen preview ni na kama emfa emamo but yen hwe dwumade na sesei me pamcho we the srede na me besre ade afi yahwefo ene yatifo ho na ade ba kwa ma me de pe multimedia in fact Nhyira FM to be precise and it's say ye ba mo na so say ye be pe bibi de afi mu ha kwanya mo fa so ho keka mo de be boan no ya na efe akono edamase nyame nhyira mo na ye sa bebiem onsa fe no ekọ ni wi ye na Nhyira FM so de afa to ye ho so say every year bia no ye be ko orphanage homes na enkoda ya omuni maame ni papa yi omonso ye de sede akwa akosho omanim na yenko aye ntimi nya because orphanage homes ne doso erenti I will say abam ho na mo so kakra mbetimi ɛde ababɔboa ne yɛnso yɛde a yɛbɛgyegye wɔ ha no yɛde aka ho na nyinaa no yɛde akɔ yɛ ɔmo nso ayɛ ɛno nti afei yɛasa aba mo ho biem yɛkoto srɛ mo in fact deɛ kuta wo biaa deɛ ka wakoma sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde boa Nhyira FM na Nhyira bodo yi yɛkwan ne kama ma nimonyam ɛtumi bam ne ɛnyam Nhyira no mepamkyɛw ɛkwan da hɔ a bɛtumi de abɛboa yɛ ɛyɛ aduane mpaboa ntareɛ asika fam ne nyinaa kwan da hɔ yɛbɛgye na nso no yɛda wase wobɛ sɛ yɛbɛbɔ din koraa yɛbɛbɔ din ɛwɔ ɛyɛ fidie no so na ebia na wo de ne sika so ɛna apɛ so de boa yɛn mepatwa wɔ Ghana ha momo line no mepatwa tinie na trɔto aya na nso atimi abde aboa yɛn number no ɛyɛ 0550 068822 0550 068822 pamcha o sande a edin beba no ɛyɛ Clement Ayisa Apia Clement Ayisa Apia ɛno ɛne edin ɛno nso ɛbɛba mo abroche no mo de ne MoneyGram mo nso mo line no ana mo number ne 0552 827834 MoneyGram that is Western Union and a MoneyGram no 0552 827834 ɛno abroche for no mo nso mo de ɛno no nyame nhyamo pa nyame nhyamo sɛ akama sa mo nso mbɛyɛ bi na Nhyira bodo bibia kama pa enso edi ama yedina na maka atwa se bro nya de edi so obia de yade edi enkasemu yade bi ha adwen pa obu on ma wote se pain so hu tene won kasa enim wonam nyina wugya because odwuma na wo ye na eden me so adro no cancelled measure amo matena takwa de on se de bia me ka kire mo adro no takwa na wo afa ne edi bia ba Kumase na se takwa fo ni di ho danse de akyerewa etie for me say ese wan kasa senka wo na wutie bi enya asem kito o cancelled measure no dro pa it be so atrotic pain me kan for cancelled measure na ade ama wona no pese say de nyame adom ebia aba Kumase atonsu market ho na de bi da deko me pacho adroni bi ewo ho me pacho Kumase o pedroni bi ato anu afre number yi 0596 832-796 na waje adroni bi na onso no watimi anom bronya be de mamu aduma na onso nya bibi kakra na onsa atimi akọ eye wanom pamchaw aduma ko kese pa omupamade pe eye fashion designers no no aye aduma in fact obia utimi pam mema niam pa no momo sane na ye pam no aye aduma ebi nso a na onso pese obesua onso no ekwan da ho yebetimi akyerɛw ama onso no watimi asua ɛyɛ adwuma no kama pa ɛne ɛhwan opɛsɛ owuram into ɛyɛ fashion na deɛ ɛtɛ ne sɛ wonim sɛ wosua adwuma no koraa no adwuma bi a bɛyɛ biara no so ho osanya tip so ho ɛbɛmo allowance ɛsan ɛde afimpatɔ adwuma koi ɛwɔ Kumase tech tech police station hɔ na adwuma koi no awonti woyɛ interested a number for line 0549 528402 na mone adwuma ko no eni eye enkomo kama pa me pacho WC papa de Alicia Deco ho na wukọ na so akoto eye WC papa me pacho kwa if the last time me call ho no WC bi nyamye ngwani ahwe a se ne nipa okran kmani wi e de bo nya zigudu ya na zina we ni se de no ebia o WC na ebia na WC na frasa no ete for okọ Alicia Deco na kwhwe WC pa ebi on my fact one hwe obi kura be ka se sebi e krasi na so nyawa so esan so mo de ne de adamu soronko na de tene se ye expert promotion so ye chebro nya achede ye ni dina ene se oto WC e de fi Alicia Deco ha ete for ne achede chenche Edna yebetimi enso de ama WC no your 550 650 750 Edna 850 ni nyina oko Alicia Deco na so akwakoto bi na bronyan washroom honso no etimi ayefe ye wo Kumase edum abinchi opposite Airstar or your hona na ye wo ana so betimi afen awo 0558 063836 na mono mo enso eni eye enkomo me pacho what extra balance no ho asem onyanti o eni ma me ka ho asem fa nkyerɛ on say ewiase ade ya pan sa o pe cash e de atwitwa ho emergency bi o pe cash de atwitwa ho na obehwe umomo isu yi ana obehwe wallet isu na ese tin wi na so e ba se ha dwe pa ma me nkamfo aye extra balance dem fama ho in fact aye Forbes Capital and MTN and akabumwa on say so MTN so no e bia run out of air creditor itimi kra utimi subscribe so na chese MTN for abo besia na utimi e di aye course e bia ni we di sika u pesika di aya de emergency no eno ene fe no extra aye balance na therefore aye very very simple o register aye nyo aye free enti u tie mi se ya everyone so be for no na ebo star 170 hash me patro select 5 select 3 select 4 never activate a extra balance no sika bia wo pebro nyan emergency so na de hwetwa ho bia no extra balance in a Forbes Capital omo edi apano na me kamfo enso etimi edi amamayenko amwa automobile na yenko siesie kama kacho se bro nyan de me so ma car no enso entimi enyefe bia na ye car dealer na wutie me o car cars edi fabruchire edi bagana na car no Organa wa car issue, but say car na am so obviously say car na your body works your line it so and if your sound spray in the crochet your overhaul one kasa to say yes car no I just say papa now sometimes say bring an into me patcho am automobile your amount 10% discount and you may be a car no bia your amount 10% discount if you sabi kopim say be room our January and adwumadi no so baba na we ntimi saw we the opportunity ni onso fine na onso fa kwa sisi uka no ema uka no enye fe ye Kumasi apem so fair chance hona na wa frame Mr. Amwa I was 0244 465764 yaro poba mo omo be ye dwuma kama and so etimi edi ama wie pa ama uka no etimi aye krabesha ahonsam no edna mede ama wo me patro me yankwaje besia I was Stanbic Bank na Stanbic Bank hono we hono nya kasatintin bia so nye ko minini asem bia chechiremu na kofa we bra mi nisika so ma basa mambesia afi na kofa collection na hwan ensem se prekese Stanbic Bank de ye bisabisa sa bia odo bana ho asem kayi nko ade a sika ne de odi koye bia no ye bema bi na afi wonso no watimi edi akwakwa na ye interest rate ne so de eda fom se kulam se odi compare your competitors a utimi se de no eda fom a wonso no ebetimi aboawo amaribia aye kama edi amantiko Stanbic Bank CA na akwache besia na fa tre wonso adwuma ne mra bibia no enya kama emfa emawo Alaska Star Enterprise me pacho bronyo ni nyina no dodo na no ewie dem ho wonso bronya de duro no ma ompo obi a wo tukwa be 30 years 40 years o ma fie da bronya betimi na be fie enti bronya de duru ha aya kontufo ne aya dofo ye nyina ehyiehia na ya jeni eye kama enti ena ese wonso no bronya utimi sese odem na eniema wodi sese dem ho nyina no Alaska Star Enterprise and now Kona Wakotoni na a bono for the Niaman F and on the quality no and so I was so and I think so the bonnet that from Bia it will tell the Abo. Mr. Damania Mamacasa Mabuba, yen net, baby, I met me Abu Banchono, a be a blind curtains, open material curtains, a be a aroma a diffuser, bring your madam when you come so would it be so? There's a wine him come open ring light at the Oba. Udi see them one at the city home, bedside lamps and sofa cover, decorative watches and air flowers. Nina Alaska Star Enterprise and na oko now so kutobi any near P kanwa ura ukranu hudie on so obeto yo Kumasi a dumbosa from Hona also premises Anoche Plaza and can our kotudu opposite MTT office no and na yawo me patria line no 0256330075 na mono any eye enkomo Uniat Practical Institute any editwa to na Uniat no etie for the attend say o kono kwa kusua computer so ha feature ni dina no menu mienu yenim so ha feature betumi echinachi ene eye da bia di anim a eno nso ekonemum yenim de ebesi de so no utumi ye ne ntukusua computer no na ochina no nso atumi ade aye adwuma ebetumi aboa wi pe na de meka no kra wa bene se de na ukura set se de na computer yi unim ho maachi a ebe den so no obenya adwuma atimi aye eno ntina meka mfo aye Uniat Practical Institute ade ama wa nano pay sa so ko na kosua computer ho de okọ nyabotre chrew ama wa atimi sampa computer no wabini mu pa obetu akoye data analytic sanso na aye computer basics and office administration network and cyber security engineering software engineering and afi aye course bibiri ni nyina no obetumi akoye bi awo Uniat Practical Institute ya regular awo ho obeso ko regular sanso na weekends obetumi akọ na aye nwumre na distant class ni nyina no obetumi akona afei onso wetumi akwa akusua aye ade me ba to friend awo 0555383848 you kumase sesanso o trenche fa se de okokrom na no wasi fom na wa frɛ aye number no anopay omo ene afufuro pika ho omo so ye do mo asembe tudwa akiri omo ana aso yasena ye the Tuesday edition of course UEFA Champions League discussions no ye be ni na kama pa atimi at the amounti bra YouTube and Short TV na ye start dwumadi no emfa amount as usual Fifi Manfred Kofi Maska and na ehase at the Kofi good morning Pajo na how to say
me hado
e dey me see
o ka wo as usual na inim say nka bo Kofi Maska story kambeka se mi a chose ziawaya ma ene me ko tina wo say nko hwe list bi mu tina hwe list be 10 times on who me o so official name need different from you know to achieve it's a me yes about I hope they need Fifi and Kofi Maska na because idea we chill list the mama dey achieve
so
ai
na not to me game ni bi
oh na so fufule very much AC Milan ne Torino boma chibu den 3-2 Christian Pulisic sheboa o see very say
I thought now say game na dey
me
video ban no
man can show say dem say share the insurance wakasa original we say
you ba Champions League ni ma ho you be teams
o me da Manchester United we mama 6 years me Champions League ni bi
the rejuvenated Messi Mount
say brofo
revamp Messi Mount
say
ya kwani yo
why
I'm telling you Jersey ban must rough Messi Mount
and I thought 70+ million
Sentina make sure say obey I ni
that ultimate players ultimate na say be years oboka
that in Guamu there the least said about him the better
okay ati say how
when bobo
yo me
and I'm to us ma tweet be from Ronaldinho himself I say Ahmad no hu ni super ada
o jare you Champions League come ma say time o dey
me say time
o dey ma me ni you di Champions League go ba o say Ahmad the player Champions League you do more Manchester United will not qualify this season. You qualify next season. You qualify 2 seasons. You qualify 3 seasons. Now the team will not the fifth. You've not qualified.
Okay. And your number points difference.
And when you fan cancel, what can do? How? What you decide one that you talk.
Mati.
You see, and your size in Chelsea. You be a the fifth. Only for the casa.
You team.
What you consider? Consider the team without the team.
Okay.
Today is the Champions League and sadly, we made the last Champions League week for the year.
Okay.
See, if we come back to Champions League, we will be back in February 2026. And we see the number of matches and teams and how our Champions League, you know, natural reaction. Champions League, you know,
I'm check you.
I was my message to So I bet for rose. I be say natural reaction. Yeah, I should be better. If you disclaimer, mate, if was a bonini man. There's nobody new, but the natural reaction is once a while. We come to my dream bomb also. I'll take it out. The Champions League is going to go, and it's going to be the last one for the year. Okay. And among these 2 games, though, are very, very important. So that me qualify, so that me I qualify through the automatic playoffs, automatic slots, and I say playoffs. All of them. It is very, very important for you to get your win and any other games here, Baby Bono. Now, it's going to Champions League, you know. Arsenal pen are qualified assistants now. Arsenal automatically are through. But apart from Arsenal, no, Team Bleno mathematically were qualified. Team Bleno also mathematically referee. So it means that there are opportunities for everybody. Now, we share the conversation of the games at El Coso and then the Champions League. The game starts today at 4:30 European time. I think in Ghana it's somewhere around 3:30. Where Kairat Almaty or Kazakhstan, Everton Fiat Olympiacos. There's going to be Bayern Munich versus Sporting CP. Atalanta, any Chelsea Bebo, Barcelona and of course Frankfurt will play. Inter Milan and Liverpool, Monaco and Galatasaray, PSG and Atletico de Madrid, Tottenham Hotspur and Slavia Prague, the Union Saint-Gilloise, who are leading the Belgian Jupiler League, you know, and so Rich, so what's your table now? Like I told you, Arsenal are through, but they are not playing today. Paris Saint-Germain are not playing today. Bayern Munich saw 12 points. And they only have 3 points now. They assume the minimum number of points to qualify to the top 8. So they'll be able to get it. Inter also has an opportunity with respect to that. And then your bet will be based on a risk reward. Team not all the ball. They know based on so qualify and also team qualify and November top 24. That is exactly what we'll be doing with respect to your bet code no Hodom. Dortmund 10 points, Chelsea 10 points, Sporting CP 10, Man City 10, Atalanta 10, Newcastle 9, Atleti 9, Liverpool 9, Galatasaray 8, PSG 8, Tottenham Hotspur, Leverkusen and Barcelona 7 points each. And then if we go straight to the games that are going to go now, I want us to start from the Bayern Bay Arena, which from the Allianz Arena. We think really straightforward. Bayern are staying at home. They are playing against Sporting CP. Bayern at home here, almost a near perfect team.
They are too hot.
Yeah, the attack is good.
So Sporting CP beating me. Sporting
CP coming there, it's coming. And of course, Sporting CP is so major injury. Giovanni Coende Pra.
Okay.
So he's not going to be with the team. Whilst Bayern are on a very, very good run of form power over the Vincent Company the last time out against Arsenal. They know that this is the game. So they will be the maximum 3 points and get 15 points to give them a chance at qualifying to the top 8 in El Hodom. These are the possible lineup they were expecting. You said Shorum, Mano Noya, Ta, Upamecano, Konrad Lima, Stanisic, Pavlovic, Kimmich, Kral, Ulisi, Abentefene said Jinabi, and of course Harry Kane, Ebelidi Lang Snow. Whilst on the side of Sporting CP, Fresneda, Usman Diamonde, Gonzalo Inacio, Arahu, Casima Jolmont, Simons, Giovanni Coenda is on this list by game. Yannick from Portugal, Trincao, Gonzalez, and Abrante FN Suarez will lead the line. I think that this game is a simple either team to win an over 1.5 or Bayern to win an over 1.5 or probably even a Bayern to win an over 2.5 possibly. Else I give no harm. Which Enzo Maresca in the man have flown to Bergamo. Now, yesterday I liked the pre-match press conference of Maresca. Who's a Maresca name youthful football, not about AC Milan. So that is the place that he comes from. And one of the main questions that journalists need to say, what does he miss as an Italian or to London? I said, and he was trying to describe it in a sense, I say Ghana and India, what to cook for so. What's you call Ghana restaurant?
Or China.
China. What do you want Africa grandpa?
Okay.
What's you could be in the Ivory Coast fufu. But in the Ghana fufu, only a ben kwaya na, katin kwaya na, katikuntu na light soup. You won't get it like that. It was on 10-year time, but on that timer, he tries to cook his meals because he doesn't get the same number of foods. I mean, the quality, when he goes away to go and play there. And now,
Chelsea knew on a list of players on travel called Bergamo. There were 2 key omission and an inclusion. One, Abante friend Moses Caicedo you're back in the team. Who's on a record here for the English Premier League, for the Champions League, he's eligible to play. Whilst Enzo Maresca say Cole Palmer should rest on Vanenko Bergamo. So there is going to be a list of Abante friend Cole Palmer who is out of it. Liam Delap say out of it. But the good news, and it's Enzo Maresca say Abante friend Liam Delap may show that any against a long-term injury or say fracture behind him. And it means that Liam Delap will come earlier than expected in how Chelsea want to play.
I
think in terms of outlets, that is what he gives to the team. And this is a picture of Atlanta for coach Rafael Palladino. I've said it before. Say, who will be up at Italian football? You probably know the job of Palladino. Before the Thiago Mottes and the likes, Palladino has been there. One of the best young brains of Italian Serie A, and now he has taken over the job of Atalanta. In the pre-match press conference, Enzo Maresca said this. Say, the same thing and now Abante friend Gianpiero Gasperini, Papa friend Gianpiero Gasperini, and Atalanta no. Palladino is doing the same. It is a man-for-man press across the field of play. And then Enzo Maresca Kayako says, Atalanta for no say, okay, say, man-for-man press, I say, oh, call Yaneso Baby because that is how strict their man-for-man press is. But again, I think that in this team, you're much more direct without the ball, only a more direct in the play in between the third to hurt the team. Enzo Maresca said some very interesting things. I think the big part of the game is going to be how Chelsea will manage the game. How Chelsea will manage it with Atlanta for press. Oh, the way Barcelona for ball, Chelsea born against Barcelona. No? That is how Atalanta will play against Chelsea. Atalanta will play the game with much more intensity, much more physicality, and a lot of dwelling ability. Say you win a lot of duels, you're physical, you're taking possession over. It's something Atalanta will do well. If Chelsea can manage the intensity, I think that is going to be a very good one for them. This is 100% correct. I think saying then you may Abante friend Joshua Kofi champion will start. However, I don't think that he starts Trevor Chalobah. I have a feeling that he will start a much more natural left-footed centre back in Abante a friend of Daniel Badiashile Ewa Chorum. Caicedo will be back into the midfield with Andre Santos.
Obo champion anybody Ashio.
Obo against Liverpool, Momoshe. Obo Malo Gusto.
There's an away game.
But it doesn't matter. Atlanta are not stronger than Liverpool. Esteban Willian, Gwana Notes, Joao Pedro, and Jimmy Bine Gittins, El Hodom. I think that is the start line I should go into. So about Chalobah so agrees. Against a team that press man for man, you don't want to play somebody who's a right-footed and with the left-hand side. You incapacitate him in terms of build-up. But again, it comes down to the manager. Ewa Chorum, Atalanta are most likely to come in with Jim City at the back with Hen, many Abante friend Jean-Lucas Kamaka leading the lines. I mean, expect this Abante, your friend Skamadin Suleiman Ayayinia will get a part to play in this game. Which, who put the best bet part for this game? It's either over 1.5. It is Chelsea to score 1 goal at least, and then of course Chelsea to win 2-0 is a no, or either team to win over 1.5. All the permutations are.
Anybody actually?
Okay, be against Liverpool. Me person can cry no more than on Boshel. Maybe I okay.
Me say we away game.
Say Atlanta are not stronger than Liverpool, whether away or home.
Me grandma answer me home.
How because how will be Bukum?
Yes sir. Say Shama. What you know about between them?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Press your neck.
Wait, you will be also pressing neck. You will be another pressing neck.
I'm Javu.
Any don't worry you are leaguing. You know any match. Now say who's our baby? Who's the match?
But your teams in there.
Oba Champions League no akasha. And then the say we din kra. Me no go man can come me dum wa ma can dum no. Senior. Dum wa ma kra.
Mami ni music.
Champions League returns to the new Spotify Camp Nou.
Okay.
Barca be chain Eintracht Frankfurt. Now,
I'm first time on the bottom Champions League.
And a new Spotify Camp Nou, yeah. And the good thing is that much already goes there. Frankfurt na team are considering the most goals of German Bundesliga team. Barcelona na team are the most goals of Spanish La Liga team. They score a lot of goals. Frankfurt concede a lot of high quality chances. It happens every time. The problem, however, is that in 3 of all of Barca's last Champions League games, we win back Okra. We're losing to Paris Saint-Germain. We're about to draw to Club Brugge. And we're losing to Chelsea. So in the Spanish La Liga, Barca are near perfect. But when it comes to the Champions League, they are struggling. Eintracht Frankfurt for and they know that so many any chance that this is a game that they should try and upset Barcelona for. But Barca are going to play the game at the new Spotify Camp Nou for the very first time. So it makes it summer. It's only the same game at Barca. Any team my friend Real Betis said, "Boy, Rafinha, a better friend Lamine Yamal, hasn't he flick arm money from the wing? He was played as a number 10. I'm asking myself, is this another game where Hansi Flick plays Lamine Yamal as a 10? Or he still keeps a better friend Rafinha because Rafinha returned from injury last weekend game of Resene Kaka, Lewandowski, Lopez, Pedri, Eric Garcia, Kubasi, Gerardo Martin, Balde, and our better friend Jules Koundé. Gerardo Martin is fitting in very well. And again, it's the importance of playing natural-footed players in their right position. You can see that he's very comfortable. Which this is a game I expect Barca to win and over 2.5, Barca to win and over 3.5. I mean, there should be goals at least, and over 2.5 should be good. Else I'm matching. I don't expect Barca to lose. So Barca lose, right? It's a huge upset. Else I'm matching him. Christian Kivu in the Inter will wait for Liverpool. Now, Liverpool are in. I don't think they're a crisis. But then any smooth sailing, sir. Nyama Insheda too normal at Liverpool Football Club. But for Inter, they won this weekend against Como, and then they want to back it up. And watch it. Watch the teams are no more 10 points and above Inter account. And again, if I get a chance like this, I will always sing the praise of Christian Kivu because personally, I didn't give him a dog chance. And for me, that is the most important thing. When I'm wrong about certain people, I want to quickly accept and give them the credit that they deserve. I think Christian Kivu has pleasantly surprised me with the Juman Oyo Inter Milano, and he has been very good. They are waiting for Liverpool. And it's still the same old players that were Inter. Acerbi, Lautaro, Martinez, who are still getting the job done. The same three back, but much more direct, more transitional in their channels now. Using Bonnie and your branch here, your friend Turam to hold that play and then bring other players in. And now, in Mohamed Salah did not travel. And I pay Mohamed Salah could post this picture or gym at Liverpool Training Center. Now, and now, I think Alisson brought finality to the whole matter.
What's the name?
Oh, Rich, Alisson is only Mohamed Salah and he backed his manager. I say Salah is not being available is a consequence of what he did. He is smart enough to know that we have a good relationship for a long time. He is a legend for Liverpool. We have a conversation, but it's going to be private because it's personal. Alisson goes on to say, oh no, Alisson, he has a good relationship.
Mohamed Salah.
Yeah.
An issue there. Baby, you can't some public now. No problem.
Of course.
Apart from that, me feel say Liverpool any coach ni na na fair to Mohamed Salah. Sa excuse no me dey man o dey perform and o be call AFCON. Me. Emu nye do mame. It's too late. Mohamed Salah the first o dey call AFCON.
There
You know o be call AFCON a man of both games. Time you do anoko.
But this is the first time Mohamed Salah dipped form for this.
That's it. And you see, the question no be and say Liverpool team no. And Mohamed Salah nkwana dey perform. The entire team.
Debbie.
The Argentina so no nkwana. As Obiana and Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah.
But who?
And now one can Konate there.
But who replaces?
Yes, but who replaces?
But who replaces Konate? Who do Konate when I replace him? And so don't say, oh, Rich, what you can see?
No, meba. Let's say, Ebia Konate and the replacement. But what I'm saying is that Sam didn't look like a womb Mohamed Salah and Liverpool.
There is never a point where the manager said a Mohamed Salah.
Indirectly, that is
no, Rich, Debbie. It's not indirectly. From where I stand, you can't replace Virgil van Dijk. Only what's his name? Giovanni Leone. Young centre back number 23 Taliban this summer. Oba Roberti ACL. It's Onio. I bet you friend Joe Gomez at right back. And a Konate. So who again? Liverpool centre back.
Me patcho we dey ma musa we na minim say time into na yen komo kitu.
Yeah.
It is a Liverpool game. Na Konate. And Van Dijk komo pra yen replacement bi amomobo.
Any player they have to play Ryan Gravenberch as a centre back. No money Wataro and Gabembo DM.
Okay.
So Liverpool, what I'm trying to say is that Liverpool are short in that area.
But when it comes to
problem,
baby, I'm any problem. Public no buy.
Okay, we need problem. What can we do? So let me also explain mine.
Okay.
I think there will be any true. You see, which Adi ba ko se betimi eti ase ni say no kura mi betimi atana dan ba kum.
Okay.
The Mohamed Salah here, baby coach like I said here. But it's also true that me, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes at Liverpool. Me A1 Obi. Me your Makacheno. So if he says that he felt betrayed, I can't say that I can't believe it on the feeling.
Okay.
But for me, my biggest issue is that the quality of player Mohamed Salah is. If coaches say for these 3 games, only so many person tweaking your kaka. Oh, you don't stand outside to say that. For somebody who a legend, who a big person, I think he has not been fair to Liverpool. Now, I bet your friend Jamie Carragher. I mean, Jamie Carragher spoke extensively about it. He said something I don't agree. A lot of it over there about Mohamed Salah or belittle the quality of Mohamed Salah. He said he was just a boy who had failed at Chelsea. I don't agree with that. But the also part that Jamie Carragher speaks about that was true. Which match you Italy, the issues have made it even more difficult. I think say an Inter Milan double chance looks more likely. Toria must be against Slavia Prague. Yesterday I was so impressed with Mohamed Kudus. Journalists won't try some trick and say, oh, Ghana or England group more. Now I'm sure it's me so don't worry, there's a lot of time. Obia many preparation do games. I think those are the games, but my main mouth and the coach and go and win. You know how we do it over here. Say
so be a kebi.
No. Me mpese afidi ebe bana female who na
no me frefre.
We both you do this and I think of send DM. Just take your screenshots, screen record, take a pen or paper. Na fa ko shima or betwe. Next channel bibia enye kama power. Rich. First game no. Create Amartini Olympiacos game man fan can because it's a tricky game. I hate tricky matches. It's usually going to start very late. First one, BW27B04C26. And the first one. The second one, BW27B03FA1. Third one, BW27B05AA3. Fourth one, BW27B0B. DBB and the last one a BW27B0260A H Erade Ento Greens Engusuma
good luck to Bia and Ubecha code no and so AB Emmanuel Radio say Paladino is one of the best writing coaches in Italy. Do Chelsea was a rising coach away. A rising away. Away. Jesus was say, I think Mohamed Salah is selfish. He must build himself to merit his spot in Liverpool. Okay. All right. Yentwa Jumedian so insurance of 4.5 time with time heba. Yeni apomidin komo kakra bi na yewi na best man ko usu empire la meso matoni na yentwa UEFA Champions League discussions no emfa emamo ewo Jumedian no. So, Penny said, Bibia Boko, dear.
Papa Richie, Yanko Pardon, Bibia Boko.
Sure.
What to say?
Oh, na a draw time, Hodia.
Yeah,
dear, no, why?
Yarian, why no prayer?
Oh, no,
let's just have one.
Yaliam malaria crowd here. Oh, slowly.
Tinia said, droning in ITIME.
Time Heba. Penny, come.
Yamisha, Papa Richie. Nchia kesi ene di free Kenoga Herbal Clinic. Nchia kesi ene di free Time Herbal Center. Sa ne di nchia kesi su free KNG Company dwumako ni nyina ede ma ahwefo ne atiefo. Ni nyina ne se ade ache anopa yi se ne de. Samre obi ani age obi so hojojo ne pa yi. Na meka nyina no de ne hojojo no na chese yare. Na mpanifo se ama me ne wansere no. Ne free yare. Sa so na mpanifo se yesinte na wantimi asibia se o morewu. Eti mesre se mreka kreda ya nimu besi medu ide bomoden na yentwetwe nkomomfa ya pomuden ho na ansa ne yebekọ pomuden no so kra mesre se eno emu se nsuo toy pa chese tokọ akiri me free kumawu side ho no mo banyina otimi hu se nsuo no to pa beduru kumase ene kumase importem nyina na kire se base ana pai entontom so ti mesre sentontoma kaw ana se honam duanum ayemre wanya malaria fever bo modern se kwa akopɛ time herbal mixture na wanom
afi so etu asie kra e de free hono mu abra ya me kwa emabiem uyo bi so wonu mu nya wo de udidi a wonte aduane de bibia nya wakono misro nya time he ba me hye ne binom be ma so akowura to kroboni mu amache se ne ma nko yiye kra wo dwonso abema mu de pepepepe saa so na sabi wo beda so ro be wo se bia bibi kakra aso ye boxer shorts mu amepacho nya time hh he ba me hye na no so ne bobo bedi wa kagina mu yiye oba osu koisi ani a wonte de wate nka ne be meshi a pensi nko a me patcho bomode nya time hh ba mesha anase ne capsules ne nunumbi oko herbal shops pharmacy shops any drugstore other shops ni nyina me patcho obenya yendro ni bi ato yentwetwe nkomoi emfa yare diabetes ye bon komo fa diabetes wo pa ye bon hu deburu hse say no about 329,200 ena enya esichire yare na je se bosome ni bia no ye say ye dey
very alarming power
seriously ache se bosome besi bia na
nipa enya esichire
yare no ena bebre na hide wo nipa ho so aye nim eso so kaye me ye ni ada form na da bia na ye betie encherekere de be ya ebetimi amu say sabi esichire yare me yenya bia na menya bi na watutu mirika akọ doctor nche na cheso akọpe wa yare sa efisa na ye kan nyina esichire yare na yare ehu a chese se kodum pempen so bi a ebetimi adiu dem a emwa wo pa metimesre ansa na beto komo so je number in Fred Dr. CCA na ye chira kwan no e wo stresso adeja Kenoga Herbal Clinic stresso adeja o Fred Doctor obenu abenya abotre na afi wonu atwetwe nkomo ka wo ha wo nyina akire no se wo koso so na wonam kwamu a je number bia wo ya ira direction na free was 0202
0202
04
00 00
53
0202
0202 04 00 53 and now 0278 37 30 0278 37 30 18 Kenoga Herbal Clinic yasia yewo espresso adeja Kumasi important bia wo free baby no de offer put you espresso car usu besi wo Filia Junction usi junction so there is a taxi rank wo me pacho taxi driver are ready kon nche catch and say me ko adeja na pacho me si Sakura Junction do beba usi ya bi water modern clinic fe kama HS hona doctor na watafrija wa obo adwumaso edebo Ghana ma Africa ni wiase afa na nyina na me chekra na se me nkasamre mesre esichire yare ayeken se wo yobi a woda na adwona wojonso bebra hunu se eye sichire yare na wo yenya make in me chiremu ye ye obi a wobeda wonom nsuo ana wodi white rice eye mofufuo ene de automatically eye dani a wobejonso kakra na jonso bo a wa wokra wonte ase ebroso a na chese sichire no ebi yaba onipadua mu ana se yare diabetes o ye nya bi sa so no bo so a wojonso a obewu se jonso na ni twa ahuro pa yi eno so ye signs and symptoms e kire se wanya sichire yare ena obi also so a odidi intentem pa ba odidi so enche na komode no odidi intentem odidi enche na komode no say ni person a odidi all right no bo anko odidi animu yedu onya ni futures kama na so de so tia na etie esichire yare no science no ebi no no bo so ye adwuma kakra bi sisi ano atebre oye adwuma kakra bi sisi ano atebre adwuma ada ne da na nko ye ne dada won tebre anase nko wo experience otimi di adwuma sese de oye adwuma na kakra bi na chese ne honamu nyina ye ne hojo esichire yare no ne science no ebi no ne ebehye ne nso wa ha se unya esichire yare etimi kutia omema sem e ma omema yotimi ekofom sabi obu on no betimi ne oba ehia ebe 3 days na ne ho nsan sori biem obi on posit mi ko na awotwe edidi ko bosomi mu ansa na ne be metimi asori biem ni nyina ye sichire yare e friend diabetes eno ne kotia ni pedua no if is e base ya ebe ma wo mo sana se insulin wo ni pedua no be yemre eti abra wo didi a wonnom ni nyina no e kade bia wo se ko ni pedua no mtimi eboa ma wotimi e mefa se ebedane nuane no di ahoden brew no wo de na afi ese fight tie ni pedua no all because say wo insulin no nyina ayemre obu oso ani insulin no oni bikura obu oso wo bi so ahoden nim eno ebasa e ma kidney no liver no eye adwuma ebro so me kasafa eye wo sabo ene obrebo eno so ye adwuma duru ba bia afi na akodu mpempenso a afi aba from na ntimi nya adwuma e wo se eye tie no so be ma o mema yo akofom e be ma wo ba watenka ayera saa so na wo se kautimi reach orgasm wa bra wo ni be mehia e wo se wotimi sane no ni nyina se experience no onya bi e ba se ya na che se Kenoga Herbal Clinic e na wo se wotimi tutu mirika na do ani kire yaso e ne kwa omoa na doctor na wata frija ofa hahaban ni nuban ani nua yini na wode keka bom na afia de sa yare yaso yeso nyese wo ba ya na edredro kan ye benya abotra diagnose labs bia wo so run bia be run na afi efidie ya ba mi ehunu yare no ba bia didi akone ba bia aduru yetimi abo ama wo so wanya wa yare sa so na message say estitro yare etimi de dwodwo yare ana se bubo yare e friend stroke e betena wo so it is a wo obi a wo experience stroke akaba to wonom ache say a stroke said you are not here won't mean kasa onai eda form wa bra said the mesre maka won't me otwe onai ase won't me ma wonsa so oda fa akwa tutumrike to ni check Kenoga Herbal Clinic yaso ye di number yi bi Mr. Fred Doctor empremprim ya watrase your boy adwuma friend was 0202 04 00 53 and now 0278 37 30 18 we you be a wo experience a ulcer make a from ulcer say a peptic ulcer a duodenal ulcer who did ya obo ano ya who did ya na obosa efno we you be a who did ya obo hihye pay you because when your heartburn Mr. Tutumika for the Kenoga Herbal Clinic yaso ye de enkomwa sanso no be experience joint pains no honam nyina ye ne ya wachi brem wachi kase ukotodwe ube bia ejojo unante kakra bia no wate bre honam nyina ye oboho for nature Kenoga Herbal Clinic yaso ye be komwa na wanya wayaresa enche kra me soro so mesrew uba eye kejetia anase edum ensuase be bia dum police station wona ubenya eputioja anase Adejaka straight edi aba Adejaka usi ubesi wo Sakura Junction so na uba Nraga Junction na usi eye filling station na won usi wa eno so ubenya Adejaka straight di aba so na uba Roman Hill me Pachozongo police station wa eno so ubenya Adejaka anyasa Kumasi important baby a ubenya Putuje Expresso car no usi ubesi Ophelia Junction usi ya taxi drivers or catch red wire ready say meko Adeja na mesi Sakura Junction usi ya be 100 meters walk pe upeja woni abe wono Kenoga Herbal Clinic say hona ye wa ye bo adwuma so me sorry so message number yi bi moy free was 0202 04 00 53 0202 04 00 53 and now 0278 37 30 18 Pacho Fred Doctor CCA neneno entwetwe nkomo Mediane Curtis Papa nyamishwe ahwefo ne atiefo nyina
nti ya na nso no akota doni bi no anu na bibia no ay kama etimi edi amam yento adwumade ni so mama bad ma catch up say abroche for amohwe show is over so said sika edeba Ghana this Christmas me pacho you should tap send app no na efasa ni sika very very easy to use and very convenient na the tennis asem then say udim say me no ka say o abroche na wutie show yi now download the tap send patrol tin you download the tap send app no sisi ya obetimi enya €5 $5 sorry £5 and na aye $10 and the €5 £5 and na aye $10 ni na no ani o download the app na no na tap and so etimi edi amantino ano ase no so etimi edi amaka to so sorry bia num rush energy drink se ne be ya onso benya hoden sonko edi aye adwuma bi o ye adwuma kitu bia na obre rush energy drink ebe sortel na so onso no wetimi aye adwuma omre sanse ginseng vitamins caffeine na uma ebetimi aboanti stay active and energized. Rush energy drink omo na aso yasena me ko bisman ko usu bempa aya na ya to adwumade ni so edi amamo. Aya good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Bibi aboko de.
Nyamiadom bibi aboko mensa left way na nam ko bobo ase. Menya problem kitwe but me okay.
Kafra.
Me okay pa. And also the mutine mu nem.
I for. Se ka jam je be adwuma.
Ade for de.
Abranti bi abehye me bo.
Aye.
Maintain and Kawadani.
Oh.
Because my own chance, I could Chelsea for no penny. Not down for them saying here, on one as man.
Unze.
What was about
that? They are washable brave. What is so? So be ban or by judging and also.
What was some boss say more than 2 goals out of 10,000?
How much of 4-1?
What are they?
Mr. Only no money. Send a bear next time you be taking it serious. I answer the in feed be. I
mean, for the serious view.
Which your money tell.
Okay.
And then Champions League. I think it's a games, you know. Majority of them, you know, in the Casayani is straightforward, mommy. Now, before I become Champions League and the games, you know, I think, sir, if you say you pay attention to league log on any baby, I will be a Gina. And Rich, say, both formats be say, after 5 games, we also you. Enti clubs now, almost more deserve automatic qualification. No, they know what to do. More automatic qualification. 1 to 8 numbers of maintain. No, they know what to do. Well, with that red line, I see ya. Yeah, you will free this season Champions League. You know what to do. Enti baby, you agree there. You know what to do. Now I and work there. Now what me ako anim. These are the games for match week 6, but another concentration is on the Tuesday games. You know, Young started with Kat Almaty and the Olympiacos game. You know, a game beer. May I show say a beer OTA Sports in India will have little information about the game because yet here we don't really follow Almaty. And I am follow Olympiacos, even though a traditional club. But Rich, say all follow on the face value say between cards and Olympiacos, when the whole players are, then Olympiacos will players HL cards. Anya require Mediterranean or El Kabi or Gershon Martins or Prudence or there are some old good players minimum. Say any football they bet in your course upset. Now on the face value, any quality, and I would share there. I think say you will tilt to Olympiacos being favorite for that game way. Until Obi or per se or any game way to Nestle, you know, can at least go Olympiacos double chance, and the person will have a safe bet. Or if only he wants to risk that game way and kind of bet on there, that will be fine. If you knew they say no pain in a Rich, I've had some feeling there about that game way. Bayern, a hosting Sporting Club de Portugal. You know if you are doing on paper, it looks straightforward. Bayern more them, or more form, or more favorable fee. And history I can't say in the Champions League, group stages. Bayern at the Allianz Arena, Rich, omo yaye invincible mpo. It is an open club bia. Everything here kwa ha Bayern. And see ya, you will not consider Sporting Club de Portugal. But Rich, makase, yenam ya kuye. One day, ye jini ya Bayern muno, they will disappoint. One day, because a football, they can't win every game. Semeshena saying Bayern against Freiburg. Now Freiburg we show mu 2-0 and so more tete. And then saying Bayern they almost starting games now. Which Sporting Club de Portugal, on my last 5 games on Mabo, on match 4. They are a team also on fire power. I am not saying say Omobeshe Bayern. No, that is not what I am saying. And statistics in Pokra actually said they can't do it. Sporting Club de Portugal in their history, Rich Omako Germany 17 times. Bakupo no mawini. Enko yekra. German so ene de. Omukwa enfama. Marriage, Nhyira game way, the surest bet is over 2.5. If even Bayern will win this game on the bread, and so man she now quiet 5 back, say Sporting Club de Portugal, but show first 2 goals are Bayern over Chile. So they should be very, very careful. According to Bild, this is going to be Bayern today against Tima, your friend is Sporting. Manuel Neuer, Lima, Rafael Guerrero, then Upamecano, and Jonathan Tah, 4 and 5. Kimmich, Pavlovic, on 50. Serge Gnabry on the left, Olise on the right. Then the new sensation car behind Uriah Freno, Harry Kane, solid Bayern team, solid one. But you should never underrate this Sporting Club de Portugal. They concede goals, but they also score goals. And I think over 2.5 should be ideal for team your friend Bayern and Sporting Club de Portugal game. No. But if you Bayern there, send your form no on paper the channel, you can add their win to that game. No. Barcelona Echo Spotify company in the Champions League. And Rich, good news, and I say, since Barcelona returning to the Spotify company, they've won every game on my ball. Now, I didn't think we are convinced that Barcelona will win this game. Rich, say the FIFA, you know. The last 3 games Barcelona in the Champions League, they've not won. And so we say league log now. Since Barcelona lose to Chelsea, so what year omu players no interviews or my any Hansi Flicker. As soon as I say the rest of the games in the Champions League, they must play it like a final because they need to win every of them. So the way we make everyone into automatic qualification, Barcelona don't want to play the playoff, and they start from an end against Eintracht Frankfurt. Say I'm passing Barcelona seen any break. Or the so qualify automatically our Champions League anymore. No games na can you now. Why is you so baby there? Rich, so fun for the ball fear. You must beat them. Now the good thing is also and I say there are some players are fresh for that game way over the weekend. Abanti Efere from Gideon Wambubi, Rafinha Wambubi, Lewandowski Wambo. And the Barcelona our fresh players are. They can bring them back onto the field, add up to Pedri, money or more Macano, and they will be good to go. Even Fernando Lopez Nambubi. Now, Rich, in Barcelona trying to find a very, very good win in Enyumreno, there are 2 lineups at Abba. There are contradictions in it. I'm confused, Kakra. The first one is coming from Mundo. According to Mundo Deportivo, Omusio and also Lewandowski bet on a bench.
Not Ferran
Torres. Early need the lines, but Rafinha will come back with Lamine Yamal and wings. Then there will be a place for Fernando Lopez in number 10 position because there's no that Obuwepra. Pedri Bembo, Eric Garcia being our Barcelona and FIFA because Hansi Flick seems to believe him and he is playing very, very well. Echironu will be the same as Barcelona at the ball, Real Betis. Then Dario Sports Derby. According to your intel, and yes, I am picking. What we are picking and say, Rafinha will play in the number 10 position. Ferran Torres, because of the goals of a hat-trick over the weekend, will move to the left. Lamine Yamal on the right, Lewandowski as the striker. And then the question Eric Garcia, every game way as a midfielder, or go back. No only Kubasa come 4 and 5. So they are Frankie will come into the team with Pedri, with Bad and Kundi. Rich, me and me Barcelona fan, I think say I will support the Dario Sport on my lineup no more than the Mundo for a reporter. No.
I don't want to Arsenal in the start game now.
Rich, what do you lose? Barcelona said the rest of the games in the Champions League they must win, and now you have the momentum. And see, you need to play your big boys. Get a very, very comfortable win. So first half, watch a train par. Then you can bring in Mark Benamo and Casado, no Femino press, no more finishing game off. Once you rest the other players, Rashford, Betinia Bemu, Badi Rooney, Betinia Bemu. They must get this game right from the start to kill it. It's minute no sport. Omu 11 no. Than the Mundo Deportivo for reporting. But we will see Hansi Flick see, and I think say no matter how Barcelona will change Omu probably 11 no in the official 11 no, which they must be good enough to beat Tima. Your friend entrance for so and Barcelona win probably over 1.5 over 2.5 should be very, very good for you. Rich, Chelsea call Atlanta. Now, when you the message, you also in the
Oh, man, that's a.
You see about the Bain now.
Let me say, I do Chelsea for one quarter day. Omasha says, so one of the rising coaches.
Oh, he's one of the rising coaches. Now, here Juventus, a Pamo coach. He was rumored, say he's being considered. Yes. And the message now by it is a fact. And yet Chelsea, it is a fact. Now it's game way is tricky, very, very tricky. And probably Mimi will say a tricky because of the Chelsea form. Say Chelsea form now. This Atlanta team without Gianpiero Gasparini has lost a lot of a Bibiana economy, and that Chelsea should be able to beat them. But even the problem 11 Delos or Edeban, which means say Atlanta are only trying to make the game difficult for Chelsea. Because Uno Bisa will say if Atlanta able almost 3-4 now, which now Omo imagine say Omo babo anymore Di Catale, Lukman, Skamaka, anymore trainer. Let's say in the middle they are playing only the room any MS now. You ask yourself, say in the middle of the pack, who will be creative? So it means they want to lock their midfield. Omo 3 defenders dada. Omo wing backs in about come 195. They don't want to play any number 10. They also move on and say Lukman and Di Catale as the 2 number 10s inside behind Skamaka. I think say that is where Chelsea must go and take charge of the midfield. And so Chelsea side now, if I am a back 4 of Gusto Cucuera, a champion, any Chalomo, or who else will play? And fifth one, someone Casado back because Onye suspended in the Champions League. Now Obabo with Andre Santos. Now Enzo Fernandez not about number 10. Sam Food Rich must outnumber the room any Edison and take charge of the injury room. So Chelsea to be dominating possession. No, which I have watched Atlanta this season be brave. They are very, very vulnerable. Good side, but very, very vulnerable. Then you can find Gatens and Estivao in the spaces behind the wing backs. You know, not all players. Very, very pacey and direct in those roles. You know, not now. I don't know. Is there a problem with Abanti Efeno? This Portuguese winger Neto. Because game be say in the game.
This weekend we practice.
And he's the most dangerous Chelsea player. Maybe I make us
maybe I'm not resting.
He will play. Me, I don't believe in this Boabo 11. Against this Atlanta team, I am about 3 back with wing backs. Zappa Costa Moechini, Belanova Mochi. Neto should be there. Always sniffing, trying to find danger because on a penny Chelsea player, Rich, so wing back next year, 1v1, you know there is a chance. He must find João Pedro to score the goals for Tima. Your friend Chelsea, no credit enemy. Rich, say a champion money child over money everybody. Then away our Bergamo, Atlanta so everyone so go.
And today both teams to score. Likely.
Yeah. likely. But who were Chelsea last game no more? So they can also, Chelsea can be solid midfield. So go remember, they will also allow you to score them. Now we bubble around. This is one of the most complicated games for you to predict. So Chelsea reform and can you a very easy win at the amount, but only form they are trying to find it. And at Bergamo, sometimes they also make the game very, very complicated for you. So obetimi are predicting. It's me wow, never game win fast. In all honesty, I don't see any prediction out of the Atlanta Chelsea game. So I will move on to other games. Inter Liverpool. Now, I don't pay me by office. Me be a computer and so me call me X account. The first feed they buy. Hey, Mo Salah 19 million followers. No caption. No posting in home or in gym. And the then said there's a Liverpool crest. What's that? Was that my caption in Pono Abacase? It's the best one can say, wow, Chelsea. To be at Omega Mufie. I'm going to Jim. Omega Mufie. Simple. As soon as I can. Which, this is the probable 11. Donkor reporting. So if that is the team, now which Donkor want to tell us, Inter are going in with the strongest 11. Because the moment I know who say Chahanoglu, Mkhitaryan, Barella, strong. DiMarco, now Augusto, wing backs, strong. Thuram, Lautaro Martinez, almost best strikers any more. Without Salah, Liverpool are still not winning. And the man go focus on a slot say, look, the moment you want to take a decision against a legend, then you must get the results. Yeah. So when the results in there, then you are trying to stir controversy. Which means Liverpool you should any club. In games you don't expect them to win. That is where they go and win. In games you expect them to win, they don't win. And Liverpool clear. Weakness. Everybody is talking about Mohamed Salah. And that's all where Allison in the press conference and Aslos in the press conference. Majority of the questions were about Mohamed Salah, not even about the game. No more. Inter money now. Liverpool they be saying no more. And me sure say and Aslos the only pep talk to the players will be say, say Salah give say o deserve say also red team way more because mo nyade here. Because he said this is now take your mama. And go for moment she said me take a decision in me say if you are able to win, then your teammates will say without him we can win and move on. And what win will it be? See about all the way to Italy. Now Yamaha team my friend Inter reach another 1.5 game and okay. Game na cost Orlando no. Which I still go on to predict another 1.5 game. Only with the according to probable 11 no. Meaning say team my friend PSV don't to go shepa. Sabari Mone tell more they love to attack and score goals. Now Massa Air predict to say some probably 11 year our tactical board you see there will be two changes and they say there will not be Conor Gallagher ewa cooking the bebo and yet Thiago Amada and wouldn't have the bebo anymore a soul of so a soul of the other means say only two strikers no Rich so PSG is so much let's come because that is how they know how to play with Wooden Alvarez and Soloff they can also score you. And to start game and also so you give me an over 1.5 game. This game too the same thing. Monaco Galatasaray should also give us the same results, set goals, everything APM and no more. Spurs are expected to beat 7 power. and then happy kudus this week. This is one of the games I also bought against a Czech Republic opponent. Almost said that in the Champions League. Oh, fear our landing there. I'm expecting Tottenham Hotspur Ebershe Silver Power for now. Etini Enya win. Then an over 1.5 game in the Union Saint Gallen and Olympic Marseille. I think almost the last time a game was in the 62-63 and almost a game. Two very, very interesting opening teams. You will enjoy watching them. And then you mean to say, and I'm a prediction, here. Now, Rich, mini code name and I'm at National. Over this week, Maka say, we are going on a rollover journey. And your 3 days rollover journey, meaning some go for be interested in it. Say share in Nhyira TV YouTuber. The first code no is for the rollover journey no. And see interested in the rollover no. Code no BW27 B4 E52B. BW27 B4 E52B. That is our rollover code no. For any games, a lot of the combinations, I have 3 codes: BW27, B52, 36A, BW27, B54, 565, BW27, B56, 503. Mr. Who the difference, you can go for all of them, but you are starting with 100 CDs. The goal is to get 2,700. So your top up we can go 3,000 and also so obetinya na otimi ede aye eduma. Rich enka 3 months in the ntia oka. Enka umudu be say ye December.
Me. Me judgment no.
Ka be jayo.
3 months.
Because I never be juma na
my year juma 3 months unju abeka. Me bedru.
You see HR say o yambra na me sign. Na bronya emonia wane no maybe I ready. And I'm sure okay. At least yeah end of year package in poor multimedia ready.
I'm at Moscow. Would you bronya?
Be my juma
3 months to bronya. That is so sad.
It's bad.
And Ayala, the master near and say, and your club be a keko.
House of folk as some near.
Yeah. And we are in a year and a season. Nyamia do Miabo Premier League, Clubs in yes, kakaka.
Of course.
Sir, look, in situations are clubs in Mukum. Sikasam
easy. Yeah.
Inti yet when mammo to cushion mo. Said a bear player salary needs any money, man. But me a sort. So how come say a club like has the folk sebi and yet team be akeko. Now so play 3 months unto omoga.
Rich,
omo dey no mabo no.
Obi a conversation na wi ano no. E ma ne wi a asama ye kan say. Nhyira passport ye betimi a confirm. Say e no rumors na otete here no. Indeed 3 months in here has into any place in the camp. Now Rich, me issue kakra ni and it go beyond just the 3 months now as a decade. And I know Panama can wo asempa say Rich me ba multimedia me di be close to 7 years in here. Mountain so ya ma enka see entua ye kada. Out of the 7 years I've worked here, Rich, met me a kind bear 2 to 3 months beer. Out of the 7 years, 2 or 3 months beer. Salary a delay.
A delay.
Yes, a delay. Yeah, Busemuno. Almost yo. Some financial turbulence. I say, normal was sort of kakra and that. There were some late collections. My about Vetamo say a Joe Musicano and omu delay in paying your collections and yes, you delay. Now Rich, in my almost 7 years experience with multimedia, because this company is proper corporate, acquire for Sutiaka, a multimedia situation. It is a responsibility of the company. Obia wa yes contract worker bia multimedia ne tua ne ka bia no. Multimedia the system agua first of all, what is the system? Mantiswa. The finance office writes a check to multimedia bankers, which is Access Bank. So which you check in the then they add a list of all contract workers are multimedia say permanent way deserve say was here to so the list no they add bank details into ebia riches me Donkor ebia ne bank UBA ebia besmako subempayala ne bank GT bank ne account ni say into Access Bank as multimedia bankers no energy multimedia your workers in your salaries then omumum will read his best according to the list near their mom obia bank details no omo de atumu ha no mo de we de atumu ha. Look, some process no even includes obia company ne yene dia Nkosichum as the CEO of the company. And until out of the close to 7 years am I rich, those few months there were financial turbulence yet salary delay you know. Nkosichum susu salary e delay this because the same process e dey mekano and the same process na dey on susuka obeko eso na penina gene dey na omo for monye na rich dinti amakofa sa asem ya ba say since e be room was say house in the place in Kano. I have heard a lot of radio commentaries saying, oh, to be a slow, nana or him pong, crying mobo, nature, musala with cinema, omo, or to be a slow, homo, nature, mu place. I'm saying, now there's a young man over here. You see, which apart from that, impono, say if the reality of Koya Faso, eye nyoma wo football mu, to plead on an individual. Plead on his sentiments. Any mood, any benevolence say, and also Ochia and Kofwa, only contracted to a company car, then we have a big problem. We have a big problem. Because which legally, House of Folk as a company, a separate entity to Tobe as a person. Tobe is not House. Has a company power and then say any of the players our bomber has say omoka say yentu omoka trema say to mu da asam ne kokota rich the yebe siwo will be House of Folk and not to be as a person
sure
anything me be so say the etif ya yebetimi the corporate structure way. Look, I am not paid by the mood of Nkosichum. I am not paid by the location of Nkosichum. Whether Nkosichum in Ghana or Ghana. I am not paid because of honor and any responsibility.
And he cheat because Ayala. So 3 months I can. What do you imagine saying place EB? As okay, so 3 months, my bobo now. And can answer better.
You see, the reason why, apart from the issue of bank rollers, we have to appease omu mood, omu benevolence to pay no. Which when no, as a mother body, as a regulator to these clubs, say omuni any mechanism a check is anoma we are. I enforcing me here. Now omuni proper auditing adia. Sika when they mark clubs, omudi a chair, when the chair, then you say the purpose with which idea more. Then we have a problem. Rich, every competition, yeah. Nenimunyam is in the sporting integrity. And until last season, when Guasia RTU the Ghana Premier League, Rich, beyond RTU, there was Tamale City. Yeah. Where a player is on record to have said, a comedy games, they ate bets. The reason why outside Ghana, in the developed football countries, Rich, they make sure, say, your financial obligation to the workers now, is because it could affect the sporting integrity. Rich, sporting integrity, no. Senka a science more. And you can even look at an atom of the situation and say players a kobobo. Not a be motivated team because ye cheer bimuka. No obisi me the 3 months in G paint in the bono. It affects the competition.
Sure.
Minimum has through the level of art you say. Ebedu maybe no mu place because young koboti. I also because some place mpa omu register young kobo. But rich obiani ni need so. Enti efe. Minimum say we has problem. But efe no. Enya has the yimkwa. And I also Chuma Bisu say, as a regulator, they must do something about enforcing. Say,
go on and say, everyone does this.
Yes,
you get this down. I'm sorry. I mean, quite fast run near football. No,
Rich, you see,
time.
Minimum who say I'm a Fifiabano. No matter how I ever try to be diplomatic about the situation, I am Guasia Mahasofo. I am Guasia Pa. Say, Uber found crass sign contracts. Now, omu yo ma famudie by honoring matches, playing for the club. Now, also part of the contract say, Bosome Swan, Mama will say, Sikadum boy,
say, near 3 months. Govi, or 3 months, Gabere.
3 months.
In Jauka.
Cabeiro.
Obeying. What will be your decision?
I mean, sometimes you have to. Which I don't know, but in Quebec,
no, I'm not Grano. Many idea, but who will be a man 3 months into an Cadia?
Yeah, I think
automatically I'm saying that one castle and you see, whatever contracted down in the Bantamo.
Even in the FIFA rules, every 3 months, every House of Folk player can go to the player status committee and or just cause to terminate the contract.
Because 3 months a day. So contract be a down in the mean terminal. One can so abrogating.
Oh, just cause
and your money who can say, you see, pay the amount of money they pay these gentlemen. I don't think say some of them have reserves for up to 3 months. Yeah, majority of the folk players only have reserves up to 3 months.
Because Ginedidi.
You could
Gididi. Yangaza Jacobo Brad.
So you can just imagine. Which you see,
a place no more.
Which you see, and nothing I say SF you know up and doing. So you may say this is so. The last time we were talking about political will from the minister's side through to the FA side, because people keep on saying say because Nipa or Esco so only clubs nyaye now it's difficult to enforce the law. Inisi amana twaso. Inisi amana twaso. Which Sika we niska for him Pontogwe. But you see that sometimes every company person could make sure that things are done the right way. So maybe the man is on break.
And he has only accountant.
But now accountants no farm man say man no just
no
Debbie on there is so ubi a company which okoye standing order.
Yeah.
It's every month you say when player back you make changes to the standing order. It is the job of the accountant. So that's what I'm saying. Say if changes have come, be a new players been here, all of these things probably are not done. On the other hand, he's the businessman. You see, some of these things today are tricky, and that is why it's important. The only zone FA, the regulatory body, which may say, if we don't take care and we don't take away management of general football away from Black Stars Animana, we should get the regulatory body independent alone. League, you know, almost regulatory league, almost quantum chrome.
And it's true.
Yes, no regulatory animal way. Because like I like saying, it's about the sporting integrity. Rich, and there is no integrity when you're hungry.
Of course.
No hungry man or integrity there.
You do anything to survive.
It's difficult. So we should find a way to solve these things.
They don't have a decent production for no. You see, some of these stories. So
say affect more brand.
Now two stories be and you see, and not just a mere club here. Has so folk.
3 months. That's a lot. I now me just say anyway they Premier League, especially with the two big clubs.
And you see, and tina another be ameka say aya any dibo na chine na player no wanya fair to the club now o koboba also ko Ethiopia o te Ghana se bi zikoto aduane di kwa yin
dia ka dey free ban e ka kire miami ni akomia meza
okay tell
obisa ntama na free ban e be kwa bitu no obisa say na o tie BBC be for there Massa, it's about what you now. When you have a better offer, don't you move? Do what will help you.
Abuasi Beaters night with the stars. Jumadiano Nyamiya Aduma Ebaso on the 25th of December. Bronya Dano, Mr. Kumasi be shaky. You be shaky Kumasi. Night with the stars. La. It's the legendary high life maestro Kojanchi Ebejina Aya Pasusho. No to nyom Kofi Kenyatta Kidi Ofriam Ponsa Kwabna and afe Jackie you don't mean many more crack was on you don't mean eba Nyamiya Adoma Kumasi Rotary Park and Ejumediano and so eba so 25th of December Miss Medin can't catch you say night with the stars and you are going to dash over your ticket gate me dem can catch it is our part to take it net one time. So my be at 25th no so bagate I have do no na ticket nasa me minim de make 20 and America sade at your ticket no a fee a 200 cities and a 400 for VIP 200 a for a regular intim so to ticket nintam na also a new timer e bedru unya ticket ni bi and to me so ticket make say I ready oko poku trading CCI supermarket I would maybe ho total filling station awo aye Anraga Junction Rotary Park or na bi ho ABC Mart awo Patase Watson Pharmacy Bantama JB filling station awo aye Abuadi Junction yai ebi ho na Go filling station awo aye Hojora about one so no ebi oben share from Hanso ticket no ebi awo ha on sabetimi akabina bibia no aye kama obese otono online so of course obetimi adale *714 *399 hash na odi atotic ni bimpamjo ya basi se na etwa so edi amamisha 104.5
bema
Medi di prosper. Mema men papa au na medi ayedin. Inti misle Ghana fo nyina. Mofa inslaso na momboai na membenyi nyepengin pa. Na nyame be shiam.
Brunya said rubiemu. Ye mofrey ye wono modain. Enu nti na me ohima binewa. Me to nsa fra o sadie ne kura wo. Eye mu, eye anwa, eye ntoma, eye ntade, eye sikadia. Me fa namba yi mawo. Na kakra bi ekura wo fi se. Na me asem ye ti asese nia wode fam no, ode fam awurade. Na nia wode ma no wo hye na nemu nti. Ye kura wo bi aketo bi ensua. Namba wo beti media faso no ye 0550 068822 0550 068822. Edi ebeba no eye insure donations. Obeti me so de odi eno afa Western Union announce se MoneyGram e was 0552827834 0552827834. Yes wo ye mo frey wonu mu dan me ni umienu sa feyin so wo niema se doso se ye ketua bi na opese mi ankasa me ba be fa number we so na obe frey yesi 032208357 wo frey ya ne a baby awo bi a ye be ba be fa de ekuta wo brenyen kame ho na ye nhye mo frey afunu mo
Medi di prosper. Mema men papa au na medi ayedin. Inti misle Ghana fo nyina. Mofa inslaso na momboai na membenyi nyepengin pa. Na nyame be shiam.
Brunya said rubiemu. Ye mofrey ye wono modain. Enu nti na me ohima binewa. Me to nsa fra o sadie ne kura wo. Eye mu, eye anwa, eye ntoma, eye ntade, eye sikadia. Me fa namba yi mawo. Na kakra bi ekura wo fi se. Na me asem ye ti asese nia wode fam no, ode fam awurade. Na nia wode ma no wo hye na nemu nti. Ye kura wo bi aketo bi ensua. Number ubeti media first one is 0550 068822 0550 068822. Edi ebebano eye insure donations. Ubeti minso de odi enwa for Western Union announce se MoneyGram e was 0552827834 0552827834. Yes wo yemo frey wonum dan me ni umienu sa feyin so wo niema se doso se ye ketua bi na opese mi ankasa me ba be fa number we so na obe frey yesi 032208357 wo frey ne a bia wo bia ye be ba be fa de ekuta wo brenyen kame ho na ye nhye mo frey afurumo.
Medi di prosper. Mema men papa ewu na medi ayedin. Inti misle Ghana nyina. Mofa inshiraso na momboae na membenyi nyepengin pa. Na nyame behyiam.
Brunya said rubiemo. Ye mofrey ye wono moden. Eno nti na me ohima binewa. Me to nsa fra o sadie ne kura wo. Eye mu, eye anwa, eye ntoma, eye ntade, eye sikade a. Me fa number yi mawo. Na kakra bi ekura wo fi se. Nyame asem ye ti asese nia wode fam no. Ode fam awurade. Na nia wode ma no wo hye na nemu nti. Ye kura wo bi aketewa bi ensua. Number ubeti media first one is 0550 068822 0550 068822. Edi ebebano eye insure donations. Ubeti minso de odi enwa for Western Union announce se MoneyGram e was 0552827834 0552827834. Yes wo yemo frey wonum dan me ni umienu sa feyin so wo niema se doso se ye ketua bi na opese mi ankasa me ba be fa number we so na obe frey yesi 032208357 wo frey ne a bia wo bia ye be ba be fa de ekuta wo brenyen kame ho na ye nhye mo frey afurumo.
Medi di prosper. Mema men papa ewu na medi ayedin. Inti misle Ghana nyina. Mofa inshiraso na momboae na membenyi nyepengin pa. Na nyame behyiam.
Brunya said rubiemo. Ye mofrey ye wono moden. Eno nti na me ohima binewa. Me to nsa fra o sadie ne kura wo. Eye mu, eye anwa, eye ntoma, eye ntade, eye sikade a. Me fa number yi mawo. Na kakra bi ekura wo fi se. Nyame asem ye ti asese nia wode fam no. Ode fam awurade. Na nia wode ma no wo hye na nemu nti. Ye kura wo bi aketewa bi ensua. Number ubeti media first one is 0550 068822 0550 068822. Edi ebebano eye insure donations. Ubeti minso de odi enwa for Western Union announce se MoneyGram e was 0552827834 0552827834. Yes sir.
Mr. Ubekobia, one face here. Na o de Ghana so buy na de bia de last hour. De bia ye penny late na. One year bedo ye baka say bus ni mu ayema. Accommodation ye book ye wie. Mr. December we bon fast or so mo de kwata krade. Maka say uba Ghana e kro bia ne holidays ayedi. Bronya de takrade ni edi no. Carnival koso ye was sightseeing and midi ankasa ye bronya bremu no Ghana ha no e takrade ene edi no enu nti ana bonfa store say baby papa obeda basa ode be ko Carnival no they also guide do Emma will stay with takrade during this Xmas e very very memorable bia no o ma fato mu so be ya ma odi an se obefre wo mu na wabuki se oni omu na be ko eno ene e friend Orange December e wo takrade with bonfa stores no we unye chia package na no akoda obekwa ba akoda di aye bibia wo ankasa no onwene ho ekwa ya baba sa obeye sade no ultimate energy pa na bonfa stores e de maye no na enyo mo moti Ghana hanko a wo amanone na o ba Ghana December we na odwene ho mi ko kan de kra me vacation me de ne me di edin year sa bonfa stores orange December we ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ ofrɛ na otimi ɛne yɛn nyinaa yɛkɔgye ani ɛwɔ takrade nti tie numbers ni yie na ɛfrɛ anasa test yomo WhatsApp CCA ɛfa ɛma me 0531 090068 0531 090068 anasa 0531 085235 0531 085235 ubetimi afre anasa ubetimi asend omo WhatsApp message omo be responde at the amount na orange December with bonfire stores no yen nyina yen kotakrade na yen koje ni de bia meka secret ni chewo me so ofro mu a osi o metie o Nhyira power sports the moment abekasa pena omo extra discount any package nice one bia omo de be ma because yen na ye de wo eko takrade this December bet we se men kai o se bet influencer no won so oka ho bi enye obi dia yen nyina ye bet influencers e de ma betway odi ane se obe hye bet e wo betway na obe share wo code no e de ama afoforo no so e de atwa bet ni bi enti old school platform no WhatsApp group platforms na wo so ni nyina o social media platforms ni nyina no odi otwa bet ni wo betway wi a na wa share wo code no ho afoforo de wo code no etwa no na wa code no odi ano won so sika e ba obotom se buburuja na wanya bi e de bronya no undi 18 years am srew oti bet na akata waso if say onka ho so what the 18 years I bro so dia o bet ya de bia kai say o be bet responsible bet way almost say get way more now rich yeah kokra no minipa befi
okay
yes befi e Holland insurance na ene eye madam Hannah Dapa a o te dichem so o kra de e Krofom Methodist primary school ho madam si Krofom e ho e na Hannah Dapa e kra de na enua befi a o ye djuma e Holland insurance yen wo hye no happy birthday inti madam Hannah Dapa a o kra de e wo Krofom Methodist primary school a o te dichem so happy birthday we free befi ho na ye de manyankopon shaw na onye okesema ye nyina
okay menya birthday quick na yenkofa adom kase no emamo we awie birthday eko ade ama befi crystal ivad oko aye biase ene nimpotam dia obi afa no akua ene eye akua birthday akua happy birthday to you nyame shaw pa na onye okese in fact enhye bia wa wodem no nyankopon emfa bi emfa enom Brian ene abusuani nyina ya show happy birthday Befi Crystal ani padudo no efo eye akua etiefo yemfa musia na adom kase no ntoaso nyame adom ya besan enemu ahia e ba ya no of course minim say obra atoa no hema bene wa ani team no I set omde ebetoaso na edidwumadie no edi amamu news na etoaso
yakura yenya nurse